Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit SM Athletics.
The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
WKGN 1340, go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock. It's 3:02 on a scorching hot Wednesday afternoon. 93 degrees outside the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios.
Disgusting.
Already tempers flaring inside. Bears mistake meter is already pegging. Intro music hasn't even faded out yet, and already.
I mean, we're here at like 3 minutes. 3 minutes since 10 days ago, and I could see the megalomaniacal overlord Russ is back.
Russ has been holding it in for a week and a half.
It's been a while since I've been able to rip on Bear.
Yeah, he's had a lot to stew on.
It's true.
Who do you take all your frustrations out on when you're not around me?
Usually wife, kids, parents, whoever's handy.
Whoever's around.
It's good. Oh, man, it's good to be back amongst the boys. A nice bonding session out there with John and Cody and Sam and Garrett and the whole crew out there. And we're all back together again. It's good. It's been about 10 days. We
I missed everybody.
8 shows that we missed, I guess. So it's good to be back.
Mm-hmm.
Good to be back. And Fan Run Nation was spread out coast to coast. I mean, Bear was in California. Big Mac was in the Big Apple. I was down south in the Low Country.
Holding it down.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's thank everybody that pitched in the past couple of weeks. Like, it was good shows, man. I heard the best things I heard were just about the boys. Jason Walker are doing great work, man. I tuned in a little bit on Monday and heard them. You guys sounded good. Well done.
I listened to you guys several times.
Proud of you guys. Yeah,
appreciate it. We did our best.
Our young birds spreading their wings.
They
and
did a
soaring
fantastic
like
job.
Mighty eagles.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a relief. Okay,
I'm
there's
glad.
a lot of times for the past few, we can't take a whole lot of vacations, and it's really hard for us both to be gone at the same time. But you know, we've never had 2 guys that could do as well as you guys did. But yeah,
I know Rick
appreciate
Butler.
it,
Rick Butler did fantastic on Wednesday.
of course he did.
Cover Boys knocked it out of the park as only they can do, and Sam Beard, Brett Hullander stepping up big time. Hulk got in
Hulk
here,
Hullander.
rolled up his sleeves, did the heavy lifting, all the hard work. So I think that's it. Do we have anybody else? Young Garrett was in here one day.
Yeah, I think Garrett was there Wednesday.
Good.
Brett was in 2 days.
Good.
Cover Boys on Friday.
I will say my only real thing I heard was there wasn't a podcast for last Wednesday for the Rick show. That was the only thing we were going to need to, kind of address right off the board.
This is the first I'm
Who
hearing
dropped the
of
ball
that.
there?
I was not here on
I was
Wednesday.
not here on Wednesday either.
Oh,
That was the day that all 4 of us weren't here.
Accountability Island was uninhabited.
There was no one on the island.
Everybody, wow. Well, Russ,
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to be back on Monday, man. Because I worked last Monday and Tuesday. It was fun doing the show, just the 3 of us. We had a good time.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, had a lot of fun. But you were scheduled back Monday.
I fully intended to be back Monday. Sometimes in life, you need a vacation to recover from the vacation sometimes. You ever hear that saying?
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't. Somebody said that to me the other day, and I was like, that's good. I'm going to use that.
Recovery
Okay.
is a strong word there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, I mean, it's not like you. I mean, you're a little bit older now. You're a dad. You got one teenager and one near.
I'm in my prime.
I know you are. But it's not like you to go so hard that you would need 48 to 72 hours to recover from, just being smashed.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I wasn't smashed in the sense that you might think. I did get smashed. I smashed my head. Russell went up against the ground in a heavyweight fight.
A battle as old as time itself.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the ground's got hands.
So I hear.
Ground is damn relentless.
The ground hasn't lost.
No,
So I've heard.
Ground whipped my ass. I'll tell you that much.
Would you trip over like a root or something?
All right, so here's what happened. Here's why I've been absent the past couple of days. We did our big family beach trip that I've talked about through the years here. I love it, man. It's the best. The beach is great, but just spending time with my parents, they're getting older. Me and my brothers all have families, wives, kids. So it's a big, and we have all the extended family. We got aunts and uncles and cousins and nephews and nieces that they'll all come from the Carolinas and they'll come hang out. We rent out a big house for a week and it's great, man. And so we're doing that. And last week, about a week ago, last Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, we had gone out to dinner. I went with my brothers and their wives. There were 5 of us. My wife decided she had had enough fun. She wanted to stay home, which proved to be a fortuitous turn of it. That worked out well. We went out on the town, Charleston, South Carolina, downtown. Had a lovely time. Went out, had some drinks, had a great meal at Hank's Seafood downtown. Hank's downtown Charleston.
Yeah,
definitely recommend if anybody looking for a recommendation there. Went out and had a good time. Ubered home. Nobody's driving. We're not tying one on, man. I'm 44 years old. Like, you know me. I don't get wasted, right?
No.
But I will enjoy a few beverages.
You get a little fizzy.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. And we had a great night. We come back home. We get back. It's probably like 11 o'clock or so. Like my mom's still up. My daughter and my mom, they had like made cookies, and so we're kind of like munching on those. Like, it was great. We're hanging out on the porch, and eventually like people go to bed. And again, it's the same 5 of us that went out to eat. It's my 2 brothers, their wives, and me. And we're hanging out, having some drinks out on the porch or something. And it's good, man. Nobody is wasted. Like, it's like it is at the beach, right? You're having a good time. You're enjoying yourself. But nobody's like, hey, jump off the side of the house, man. Hey, let's, none of that stuff. We're middle-aged, responsible adults. That's about the last I remember. Then things got hazy. Evidently, at some point, I gotten up to go use the facilities outside, as men do when you're on vacation at the beach. We've talked about this before. I don't want to get too crass here.
It's a God-given right.
Yeah, like having a wee outside is a wonderful thing.
Tremendous.
And so that's what I got up to do. The next thing I know, I just have a series of images and flashes for about like 8 hours or so. Ooh. But apparently I had fallen down.
Yes.
While I was going.
Right.
I think actually before I started going. I don't think I got going. It's not important. I fall down.
So you like face first, you face planted.
Face first, kind of on my left side, but I hit my head and knocked myself out cold, bro.
You're lucky you didn't shatter your nose.
Sheesh.
I was out. And my sister-in-law Lauren said she heard what sounded like a tree falling.
Well, yeah, I mean, you are a big guy.
And so they sat there for a while debating, like, what was that? They come over there and they find me, and
I imagine they freaked out.
And I am evidently like face down and making quote unquote weird breathing noises. Like, you've seen like people like they get knocked out and they just start snoring. Yeah. So I'm guessing something like that.
Were you posturing?
I don't know. There's no video of this. People keep asking me this stuff. Like, I don't know, man.
Like your brothers didn't tell you?
Yeah, they told me a little bit.
You wonder if you did the thing like Tua Tagovailoa.
Now, I don't want everybody to be – I'm fine. Like, I have recovered 90%. Like, I'm getting there. My ribs are really sore. I've got a nasty raspberry bruise on my hip and all that stuff. My face was all busted. Like, it was gross, dude. Remember that dude Mitch Green that Tyson beat up?
Yes.
I looked like that dude for a couple of days.
Swolled up?
A black guy. I fell on some gravel, so it's like there was like gravel all up in my skin that wouldn't come out. And
Russ.
Yeah, it was gross, man. But so if you're looking for a little comic relief to this story, when I was found, I mentioned that I was getting set to use the facilities.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
Trying to put this discreetly. I was indecent when they found me.
Little Russ?
I was. Yeah, I mean, I was.
So your face.
I was hanging out, I guess.
Let me paint the picture, or set the picture for.
Yeah, well,
you're face down in the dirt and gravel. You're got in your hand.
I don't know if in my hand. I don't think it was in my hand. No, I just think I had my pants down and
Russ.
Little Russ was hanging out.
Honest to God, I never thought you could top your last most unbelievably awkward moment with what happened at the dinner, whatever happened there when you spit food in that poor girl's plate.
That was good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
but being found unconscious face down in the dirt by your sisters-in-law
with my pants down
and your kid brothers, I don't know where you go from here, man.
No, it's
Unbelievable.
not my finest moment. Not my finest moment.
So you don't even remember falling?
No.
Like, you don't remember how you
Nope.
fell
No.
at all?
No. Don't even remember getting up to go.
You don't remember getting up
No.
to go?
No.
That's crazy.
Okay, I've now hold on, boys. I've been, like I told you, I was made aware of this situation.
This is the first time hearing
This is
the
all
whole
the
story.
details, but I've got questions.
Okay. Fire away. I mean, like I said, after I got up to do my business, like, it got a little bit hazy.
How many drinks? Estimate for me. And what were you drinking? And were you mixing?
Do we have to go through all of this? I don't want to. Like, I mean,
It's pretty
feel like
crucial.
here's what I can tell you. I can give you the exact information you're looking, because you're trying to figure out how drunk was he at the hospital.
Okay.
They took me to the hospital.
Yeah, obviously.
They took my blood sample. I came in at a .09.
So you're legally drunk.
It's .08 is the legal limit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just above that. I'm
But
not
you're-
driving.
But no, you were responsible there. I guess because it worried me, because I know you don't drink that much. I'm surprised you drank that much to even be legally drunk.
It's probably 2 or 3 beers then, if I'd guess.
Anything else?
A little more than that. But yeah, I'll just say, like, it was when I got to the hospital, and they are like, that was one of the first things they asked. And again, I'm kind of out of it. Man, I'm concussed. I've suffered a severe concussion. Okay.
Oh, I believe you. I saw the picture.
And one of the first things, they're like, "How much do you have to drink tonight, sir?" It was kind of accusatory, right?
Oh yeah, I've been there, man.
And
they can be very accusatory in the ER.
I mean, it wasn't rude, but it was also kind of an element of, "You did this to yourself, you big dumb idiot." And I wasn't able to, like, I'm not going to sit there and argue with them or something. But once it came back that I was .09, like, they changed. I do remember them saying, it was like, oh, so they're like, it was only .09 is what they said. And they said, we get people in here all the time who are like .2 and over. And, like, those are the people that are, like, then their attitude, there was a noticeable shift in, like, okay, this guy's not an irresponsible. He just had a couple of drinks, and that might not have had anything to do with what happened. I think I just passed out. I think I just lost consciousness and fell.
But they don't know why you lost consciousness?
I mean, some people pass out. You know, you ever stand up too fast and get a little dizzy?
A little vertigo.
Yeah,
some
but that's usually when
dehydration, maybe.
Was getting sideways on something. I never just naturally did that.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you the truth. Like, I was not sober, but I wasn't. I was not smashed. either.
.09.
Yeah,
Well, we're glad that you could have been hurt a lot worse.
It's true.
it's true. And I wonder, like,
I mean,
they
there's people that
came
fall
and
like
found
that.
me. Like, I was out of it. Like, I mean, I was like, what happens if they
So-
didn't? I think I would have slept it off and, like, woke up and, like, stumbled up to my bedroom, or I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have.
Well, it's a good thing that they found you and you got medical treatment. One last question. So this was pretty early on in the week, right? Correct?
No, it was like halfway through. It
Halfway
was
through.
Tuesday night, Wednesday morning.
So has it been weird, like, with your, like, brothers and sisters-in-law that, you know, you've kind of seen everything now?
I mean,
Or did
no.
you just go back
like,
in and act normal? Like, no, you haven't seen my...
I think they were worried about me. Like, it was. I guess it was weird. I don't know. Like, what are you going to do?
I mean, as a guy that grew up with two brothers, this would be the ultimate if one of the other
Oh,
brothers...
yeah. That's, well, because there's a picture that I posted taken of me in the ER, and that was...
Was that the one you tweeted?
I was asking my brother about it. He's like, yeah, I should have immediately just taken a picture of you. I mean, they were worried that I was, like, died, so they weren't going to start taking a picture of my junk, which I'm pretty sure would be illegal. But, yeah.
You being in an altered state and all.
Yeah. It was quite the adventure.
So did they wake everybody in the house up when they found you?
No. They had to go and get my wife up. My sister-in-law went and was like, Russell fell. he's hurt badly, which I like. It was probably terrified her at the time, but
well, yeah.
Thankfully, like she was able to get up and drive me to the hospital.
Mrs. S.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
That's a bummer when you do stuff on vacation.
So apparently, like, they got me up and got me back to these, like, this. They had, like, I don't want to say lawn chairs, a nice lawn patio furniture.
Sure,
and
yeah.
I'm sitting there, and apparently I was like, "Can I have some water?" And somebody handed me a bottle of water, which I just immediately dumped in my lap. And then, so we're sitting there. They're sitting there, tried to figure out like what to do. And like a minute or two later, I said, "Hey, can I have some water?" So they gave me another bottle of water, which I immediately dumped in my lap.
Trying to get it to your mouth to drink it?
Huh?
Were you just trying to get it up to your mouth?
I guess my hands weren't working. I'm telling you, dude, I was messed up. Like, I just remember like images of like people in my face and like random.
Getting knocked out's no fun.
I was apparently asking the same questions over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how long ago did it happen?
Where
like
am I?
20 minutes ago, half an hour ago, an hour ago. And
like, did you know where you were at? Were you oriented at all?
I knew where I was at, but like I couldn't. Like, time was an issue.
So you like weren't completely oriented.
No. I was messed up, bro.
Place, time.
Yeah.
Person.
It gave me not that I didn't have respect for the whole like concussion sports thing before, but like it gave me a new vantage point on it where it's like, because I'm still like I would not, there's no way, I'm not a football player, but like I'm not ready to go bang heads. Like, no way. That's what the doctor's like, yeah, I mean, it's going to take you like, some people takes a week, some people takes like 2 or 3 months to get your back to 100%.
Yeah.
And like the way we rush football players back from concussion. Oh, Nico's fine. Like he had a concussion, like he should be able to play next week, right? Like, no, he shouldn't be able to play. Now whatever his situation last year against Mississippi State, I don't know, he didn't lose consciousness. I don't think.
Right.
So maybe it wasn't as bad, but like
we see him in the NFL.
Yeah,
the
guys that are like posturing on the field in the NFL, like those guys.
No memory.
Like you shouldn't play football for
months.
Like, at least a month, maybe long. Like I don't know, because I'm only a week.
I don't know. I mean, we
we
were talking about like, dude, there's guys they'll get that in the first half, not so much anymore because they don't.
Oh yeah, back in the day, like they used to play the same game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy because I would not have been able to. Like, I'm telling you, I couldn't drink water.
Well, obviously,
like,
you kept pouring it all over
yourself. Couldn't play a sport or anything.
I can't believe I can't believe it. The whole accusatory thing. That's kind of.
Like I said, I was out of it. Maybe that I messed up on because I was so messed up. I like at one point I found myself like, was I driving? Did I hurt somebody or like in my mind?
You have no idea.
I was just so messed. Yeah, I was
concussed and a little boozed up. Nothing else, though?
What do you mean, nothing else?
Other than the booze?
No.
Didn't get into Chiba?
No.
All right.
I put
some people asked.
I took my air conditioning unit apart today and put it back together.
Just for fun, or
no? Yeah, for fun. Walker's great.
Like, why'd you have to take it apart?
It's not working well. Not working
just,
well.
Just checking it out.
You think he's doing it for fun when it's like feels like 110 outside?
When he doesn't say he fixed it, he said he took it apart.
I think I fixed it. It was struggling yesterday.
Did you wash it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Right.
Yeah, it was a mess. All right, quick timeout. It is The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio. We got some sports stuff to get into here this afternoon, folks. 865-966-3435, your number if you want to call or text the program today. 865-966-3435. It is Fan Run Radio on a scorching hot Wednesday afternoon. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Your Smokies are back home this week, and you asked for it, so you got it. All You Can Eat Wednesdays is back. Pulled pork, hot dogs, Bush's baked beans, popcorn, chips, drinks, a ticket to the game. You get it all. Don't forget Thirsty Thursdays with half-off draft beers, and next weekend, we've got Medieval Night on Friday with Knights, Royals, and fireworks. Smokies Version Night and fireworks on Saturday with the first 2,000 fans receiving a free friendship bracelet. And come meet Flippy on Sunday. Grab your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where is the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Costa at Knoxville Smiles. Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making it easier for you to see the dentist. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If going to the dentist in the morning or during normal business hours doesn't fit your busy schedule, come see us a little later. Call 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Attention local businesses. Are you looking for a powerful way to reach your customers? Want to get your message heard by thousands right here in our community? Then it's time to advertise on Fan Run Radio. Radio advertising works. It's affordable, effective, and gets results fast. Whether you run a restaurant, a retail shop, or a service-based business, we'll help you craft the perfect message to bring in more customers. With listeners tuning in every day, your business will stay top of mind. And the best part is, it's easier than ever to get started right now. Don't wait. Boost your brand and grow your business today. Email me at russell@fanrunsportsgroup.com or just DM me on Facebook or Twitter to learn more.
Good afternoon. Short stopping delays right now on certain sections of Broadway through the Fountain City area. As you head over the ridge there into Halls, it's gotten heavier now on 275 northbound up by Woodland, Baxter Avenue. Trying to get north of Knoxville, we've seen radar up there earlier. Certain sections of I-75 in Anderson throughout parts of Campbell County. Hey, Amco Transmission, serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call Amco Transmissions at 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. 105.7 FM, 1340 AM. FanRunRadio.com, your free Fan Run app, a variety of ways for you to experience the program this afternoon. Yeah, man, like I had our AC unit was really struggling yesterday, and I could tell something was wrong with it.
Well, it's
and so
100 degrees.
Yeah, and not a good time to have something wrong with it. So I called my boy Danny over at D&D Heating and Air. Shout out to Danny, and he was like, "Yeah, I can't get over there today, but it sounds like your coils are just dirty." And I was like, "Was that something like I could do?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he kind of walked me through what to do. So I'm out there this morning. I'm taking apart my heating and air unit, the condenser. I'm taking off the grills and everything. That thing was dirty, and I'm spraying it off with the hose and kind of getting it. Oh, man. I felt like a real man after that. I was like, yeah, freaking Bob Vila over here. Fix my HVAC unit.
You sprayed some dirt off the coils.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But he had to get to the coils. So,
I had to, yeah. I mean, there was a screwdriver involved.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if it calls for more than that,
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, another
thing's
big
humming, though, man. It was dirty. It was dirty.
Was it colder? Can you tell a difference?
I think so, yeah. We'll test tonight. Like, yesterday we had it set on 74, and it was like 77 degrees in there, and it just would not come down. And thankfully, like, that storm hit, which kind of cooled everything off a good bit. So, like, but yeah, I mean, it was struggling. What do you keep your thermostat on
72.
this time of year? 72?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've got a fan in my living room that pulls,
we had the fan set up.
I put it right in front of one of the registers.
Yeah,
so it pulls that the cold air. And spreads it all over the room.
Yeah, ours just wasn't working. You know, the U.S. Department of whatever.
Yeah,
you know what they recommend?
The Department of Wind.
You keep your. You know what they say? You ought to keep your unit on during the summer?
75, right?
76.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Big Dog's got to be cool.
That's absurd.
I've got more aerodynamic knowledge about wind than a damn Formula One team about how to
move
air.
around.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but keep in mind, we have heating and air for what? The last not even 100 years, right? Nobody had an air conditioner.
No, and this goes to one of my favorite points of yours that it's something I'd never thought about, but since you said it, anytime I watch something from before a certain time period, that's all I think about.
Which is how hot it was?
No, how bad people stunk.
Everybody stunk.
In the old days.
Nobody had deodorant. Everybody.
They were all wearing like 8 layers of clothes.
Oh, yeah. I saw a picture. Somebody posted a picture of Babe Ruth at a baseball game from like the 1930s or 40s, and he's wearing, his slacks and his shirt with his vest, and all the men have their coats on and their hats and everything, and looking like men did in the 30s and 40s. And somebody said, we should bring back, dressing up to go to the ballpark. And I'm thinking, and all the comments are like, man, I ain't going to Truist in June, in July, in a full suit. Are you crazy?
That's heat stroke.
Like, I'm dying in shorts and a T-shirt there half the time. But that's the way people did it. People are just like, there's no air conditioning, and everybo's wearing long pants, long sleeves.
Oh,
and a jacket
they stay
in the summer.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Let's go to the Bronx, into there.
See how hot it got up there.
Concrete
this weekend?
jungle. Yeah,
it's bad.
They're having
that is unbelievably hot.
The Club World Cup. I've been following. Chelsea's up in Philly, and it's been 100 degrees up there.
Oh yeah,
every day to where like they can't even practice and prepare for the games. They just have to get ready for games.
Anywhere on a field, anything like outside, it's like 100 to 105. Like my older brother Blake, who you guys met about a month ago, he's playing in a golf tournament this week where the on the course feel is like 105 out there for those guys. I don't know how these athletes can function in that.
I mean, McClure said it was like mind-bending hot up there, or that might have been when he was talking about how much he drank on that rooftop bar. I can't really remember. Maybe it was a combination.
Yeah.
He got smashed.
Yeah. Good for him. He didn't get concussed.
No, you've got the top vacation story. Smashed! For sure. You're the king. There's always an absurd.
That is not a crown I was aiming to have.
I mean, there's always some.
Would not recommend.
Some incredibly absurd, awkward facet to your epic stories. Spitting the food.
Yeah.
Laying there with little Russ.
Yeah.
With female family members.
Yeah. That's nice. That's what you want.
Completely kind of, some might say emasculated in front of your kid brothers.
It's true.
According to you.
What are you going to do?
We're the boss of for a long time?
Relationships change. It's not like that. There's no power dynamic there anymore.
They've got it over you now.
We're all just a bunch of old dudes. So that's my deal. Bear, you went, how was L.A.?
It was incredible.
How's the Golden State?
Incredible.
This is the first time seeing the Pacific Ocean ever going out west?
Like everybody, if you ever get the chance, you should go out there. It's just a very unique place.
This is how messed up I was. Like when I texted you the day after, I was just bored. And I was like, I'm going to text Bear. Like I thought you were out there. At that point, I thought you were going to the Oasis show.
No, yeah, I noticed that.
That's later. I'm like, how's Oasis, man?
I was like, no.
I'm out here to see Super Dragon.
Yeah. That was a blast.
Did you go to 2 shows?
Yes, I was supposed to go. The Pixies played Friday at the Palladium. But we went, and Junior and I went, and when the Super Drag got into town, went over and got to hang out with those guys. And one of the wives told me that, so they played 2 nights sold out at the Troubadour, but they told me that the set lists were different. Like more than about half the show was different each night. So then I decided, well, I don't want to miss this. So we went 2 nights to see them. But yeah, it's really, the weather
the weather's good out there.
Oh my God. First week of May here, you know how when it gets up like 74 and just beautiful during the day.
You don't have that thick humidity.
And then at night it goes down to like 58.
Yeah.
That's how it is there every day. Like every day. You wake up and it's cloudy.
Awesome.
And then about 11 o'clock, all of it burns off, and there's not a cloud in the sky, and it goes to 74 degrees and just sits there.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Good father-son bonding time?
Oh, yeah. 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 Him and a buddy of mine, Don, his son was out there. He was out there. And, like, for both of them, they'd never been in a club. I have been in some big-time venues on the East Coast. But that's the other thing. If you're out there, if Tennessee plays out there, if you get a chance, go see a show at the Troubadour.
It's a cool venue.
That is the absolute coolest venue I've ever been in my life.
Awesome.
So,
awesome.
And then there's just a lot of history. I mean, Elton John played there, Stevie Nicks, anybody and everybody down through the years. But, yeah, it was a ton of fun.
Well, we got some more to get. Jace got a haircut. I mean, that's crazy to see.
Yeah. I've got a new nickname for Jace.
Yeah.
It only took me 36
Corporate
minutes.
Jace.
No.
Jace Bon Jovi.
Oh God!
Remember when John cut his hair back in the early '90s? I swear to God, Jace Bon Jovi. He looks like him. A young John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, I mean he's growing up now. I guess he's got to let go of the long flowing locks.
It was a good 5-year run for it.
Was it?
It was.
All right, you'll be able to show your kids when you had long hair.
Yeah.
We're gonna get rid of the stash.
Oh, I'd look like I'm 18 if I didn't have the stash on my face.
You just got rid of the hair, man. Like you've got facial. We've all got facial hair.
Yeah, I need it to
rid of the facial hair.
Look like an adult.
I wonder what Walker. Anything crazy happened to you over the week?
No, it felt like just pretty normal.
Normal week? All right.
It was pretty normal. It was fun, just doing the show. I didn't hear about you getting concussed until I got here Monday or like that night before. So it was just getting it done, just working. It was a good time. Just trying to stay cool because it is so hot outside. And I'm just trying to go from air conditioning unit to air conditioning unit right now.
That was the biggest shock. Landing and not like we walked out, the doors opened at the airport,
week, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It has been hot.
Like I was wearing like hooded sweatshirts. Once the sun went down, I had a hooded sweatshirt on. Wore jeans, and didn't sweat. It was like early fall here.
That's what everybody
early
says
spring.
Out there, man. Yeah, good weather. Too bad they've got all the civil unrest and whatnot. Whatever happened there?
Yeah, it's the whole thing. I saw none of it.
No.
I literally drove from
massive protests or riots or
no.
Okay, that's good.
Drove all the way up to Calabasas and back down. I will say this might be controversial. It looked awful, like we drove down to where Malibu burned, and I feel terrible. I'll preface all this by saying I feel absolutely awful for those people. I also will say, after driving down the PCH and all those houses being gone, I don't know they should build back. They should just let that be and, like, figure out the money part of it with who owns the land.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the hard part.
And but
would you if that were your multi-million-dollar property, would you just let it be?
Probably not, but if I couldn't get insurance on it because of where it sat, and I don't know, if I were governor, I'd eminent domain it for sure and make it, because it's a great view again.
Yeah.
You're just not looking at people's trash cans.
Well, we got a lot to get into here. We do have a lot to catch up on, man. There's a lot that's happened in sports since we last talked. Coming up here in hour number 2, before I had my little tumble, I was in the Barnes & Noble in Mount Pleasant in Charleston, and I walk in there, and there's this guy who's doing like a book signing, and he just locks eyes with me, and he's like, come here. I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, great.
Could he tell?
Do what?
And he could sense that you were a baseball
Yeah, I guess so. And this guy, his name is Mark Epstein, and he has written a book about the Cape Cod League.
It's where the boys go every summer?
It's one of those things we all hear about, right? The Cape Cod League. And there's always a couple of Tennessee players go up and play in it. And maybe you've even seen, I seem to recall seeing a CBS Sunday morning thing about the Cape Cod League. And it's this thing up in Massachusetts at the beach where people go and you see old-timey baseball. People just bring out their lawn chairs and they sit there. And anyway, this guy's written a book about it. And I go up and I start talking to him. I'm like, oh, yeah, man. A couple, I do a sports radio show in Knoxville. And a couple of Tennessee guys play. And before I could even finish, he goes, oh, like this guy's a character. And he's an intense dude. And he's like, he grabs the book and he's pointing at this guy. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't know who he's pointing at. He says, that's Andrew Fisher. And like, he's like that. He's like, that's my guy, man. Like, I know him. They're apparently buds. And so I'm like, all right, man, I'll buy your book. I'll give it a read. And I was working on it until I knocked myself out and couldn't read for a couple of days. And it was really cool, man, because I didn't know anything about the Cape Cod League.
That's the kind of thing where I know I'll probably, just because it's such a commitment, I think it would be fun to take a summer vacation to go up there and spend
reading
a
this
week
book.
or two.
Like I definitely want to. That's on my bucket list now.
Yeah.
Is to go and spend a week in Cape Cod and go into some of these ball games. But it's this. We're going to have the guy on the show. And anyway, we talked to him, and he's going to join us coming up here in hour number 2. And if you don't know much about the Cape Cod League, and you're like I was, and you're just like it's something you might have heard about it, but you don't know anything about it. We're going to explain. It's a really cool thing, man. I'm really into it now. And so we're going to talk about that coming up here in hour number 2. I know Tony's out doing his thing. I saw some pictures of him on the recruiting trail.
Oh, he's in somebody's mama's kitchen right now.
Yeah, man. It's the pitcher from Rutgers. We need that dude.
Is it Texas coming after him or LSU?
Yeah, LSU.
Yeah, we got to get that dude, man. And we got Henry Ford. Who knows if he's going to be here. NBA draft is tonight. Chaz Lanier, hoping to hear his name. A lot going on. We'll take a quick time out. We'll come out and get some of these phone calls that are already lined up here this afternoon. Hour number 1 flying by. It is The Drive on Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
Are you tired of trying to squeeze your dental appointments in on your lunch break or before you go to work? Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making going to the dentist easier. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. To take advantage of our new evening hours, make your appointment now at knoxvillesmiles.com or just call us at 865-539-1776. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
We make it easy to save money. Get access to thousands of discounts on shopping, dining, and travel with the C&B Plus Perks account. It's a powerful new way to save money with roadside assistance, cell phone protection, identity theft protection, and credit monitoring. Banking at C&B has its perks. Call or stop by a branch for more details.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Good afternoon. It's starting to build even more now on Broadway through Fountain City over the ridge. There into Halls. It's gotten heavier through downtown here the last few minutes with some volume. 40 west at 17th Street, Alcoa Highway building right on schedule. Passing Icy King Park, headed back into the Blount County area. Amco Transmission, serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call Amco Transmissions in Knoxville, 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive continues. Wednesday afternoon edition of the show. 865-966-3435, your number to call or text the show today. 966-3435. Let's start with DR Vol. Good afternoon, DR. You're on Fan Run Radio.
Good afternoon, guys. Long time no talk. I guess, are you a member of CT ESPN now, Russ?
I think so. I don't know. I guess we have to wait and if I go crazy and homicidal here in a couple of years. But if I do, you'll know why.
Yeah, evidently. I mean, and honestly, Russ, that picture you posted, I mean, I thought of the right reverend as soon as you posted it. You were mirroring it.
A lot of people had that. A lot of people had pictures of Tony Soprano, Christopher Montesanti in their hospital beds.
I just noticed how dilated your eyes were. I mean, you looked like you were just on Planet 9.
I did have my first dance with Sister Morphine.
Did you?
In the ER.
There, did you enjoy your LA riots?
I'm telling you, dude, there's nothing going on in LA other than it takes literally 30 minutes to drive even like a mile or two.
Yep.
I didn't get all the way downtown DR, but, they're browning people up at Home Depots from what I've heard. I don't know. I didn't watch any news. We were joking about it before the show. Russ had said, we all the guys caught up out in the Fan Run complex here, and they're like, I didn't know we bombed Iran. I really didn't. Honest to God, I was like, oh, really? Why? And then, I don't know. Yeah.
That's funny you said that, Barrett, because 2 years in a row now when we've landed off of our plane, last year when we got back from our trip, because you have no service on the airplane, and we landed, and it's like, oh, Trump's been shot. And this time we landed, it's, oh, we bombed Iran. It's
yeah, it was like that, but like 10 days, dude, I didn't care. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we've got so used to all the information at the tip of your fingers. I mean, again, like thinking back to the olden times, like the Civil War, like you didn't have up to minute, like you would have to wait weeks for news to travel. It was like, oh, there was a big battle at Gettysburg. When? About a month ago. Well, who won? It was kind of a draw, but the Yanks, like, oh, well, that's big news. Yeah.
Let's go.
But it's kind of peaceful. Like, I know a few years ago, me and my wife went on a cruise, and we went cheap, didn't get the internet, so we had no use for our phones. And, man, that was so freeing. And, like, we took the kids' Universal Studios, which is smart, middle of June in Florida. And I didn't keep my phone with me because we had water rides. And that was, honestly, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was I think back to the trips I took with my family when I was a little kid, going to New York City. Russ has talked on there about, trips he took. And it's just a whole lot more fun. When am I ever going to be able to see, mountains out in California? And I'm not. So, phone stayed in the glove box.
Y'all timed it perfectly, so I didn't have to really miss a lot of shows going when I went. I will say, I'm not even excited to tell my story because when it happened, I was like, oh, God, Russ and Bear get a kick out of this. I almost didn't make it in Universal Studios because they're freaking security guard. They knew I was coming. I'll put it like that. They had a little person as security.
Really?
I panicked.
You taught me.
I got pulled to the side, and they told me I had to chill out. And I couldn't. And I didn't know it. Like, when you walk in, there's metal detectors, and there's multiple lines. I didn't see the thing there because they had those little trays stacked up that you put your stuff in to check to see what's in it.
Thing? Really? You didn't see the thing there? It's a human being, DR. What did you think the little feller was going to come up and start attacking you?
If you went by my heart rate, it felt like it because I had a full-size guard come over there, and I'm telling you, I was told to calm down. They pulled me to the side and had to watch my family go in as they talked to me. Because I looked corner of my eye. My wife said, "Are you sure you want to go in that line?" I said, "Yeah, there's nobody in it."
Jesus.
And I walk up there, turn and look. And I took off through the metal detector and kept running.
I thought I had a run in with a crowd control type at the venue the first night, but it wasn't anything like that. That dude was just taking his job too seriously. But
I'm glad cooler heads prevailed in both your cases.
Yeah, I'm glad my head prevailed, unlike yours, Russ. Like, how long does that take? So they said you had a concussion.
Oh yeah.
So they told you couldn't go to sleep.
Well, no,
you had to be woken up.
They kept me awake until I did some CT scans, and I had to do it twice because I guess
moved
the first time it messed up or whatever. But yeah, once they figured that I guess I wasn't bleeding inside the skull, they were like, "Yeah, you can go." Then they gave me the morphine, and it was doop doop, lights out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, having experience working in the ER, I get it from their side of things. Like, so many drunks came in. We had a woman one time, man, and she was way over the legal limit, but she was so drunk she had snapped her ankle and bones sticking out, and she was just she had her foot kicking around like it was nothing. That thing flopping everywhere, and I'd seen a lot, and it made me lightheaded. But she was doing it like it was no big deal. That's how drunk she was.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I understand why that could be frustrating to deal with folks like that, but, I wasn't in that condition.
As a newly married man, and cut me off because this is too personal, this is my question. Was your wife mad once she figured out you were going to live?
I think she's disappointed now because I think there was some hope that it might have knocked some sense into me. And
no,
that seems to be dubious at this point. But no, there was a joke. There is a.
I imagine
we do have life insurance, and that was joked about. Missed opportunity.
I'm just like Bear. I don't know how you recover from that. There's so many jokes at Thanksgiving and Christmas. They're coming your way. I can't wait to hear it. But glad you're back on air, guys. Have a good day.
Just speaking that was what was priceless to me. Just because I've got, like I said, brothers are different. That's never. You guys can be like 80.
I don't care that my brothers saw my wang. Okay, that's fine. The sisters-in-law is another thing because here's the thing, man. Not again to get too graphic. Well, I don't know what condition I was in. Right? You understand?
You're a grower, not a shower?
Yeah. And I don't know, if, it was warm outside, so, it wasn't cold. I don't know what it was like.
I'll tell you one thought.
So I don't know what representation of me is out there.
Don't know how you're going to get her. Like when you're looking at one of your sister-in-laws having a conversation, you thinking in your head, is she thinking about? Is her mental image right now me laying in the dirt?
I'm sure she's thinking about
with little Russ in her hand, in his hand. I mean,
the question is, one of his brothers had to pull up his pants.
Well, that was talked
That's
about.
a good point, guy.
I think I was able to get that together myself because
There's no way. You were spilling water.
You aren't doing
on
a multi-step.
No.
You aren't
if
doing
somebody
a
had to pull up your
multi-step.
pants.
Nobody's claiming that.
I don't think any of them would want to claim it.
Understandable.
I mean, at that point, if I was one of your brothers, I'd be, at that point, I'd be like, hey, I'm going to wake up Pop. He can do this. He's done it before for him when you were a baby. That would have been outside of my pay grade. For real. If I'm your brother. Somebody definitely had to put your junk up.
Someone had to do it.
For sure.
Out of everybody there, who would you have preferred to pull up your pants?
The doc.
I have to rank this for you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's one of his two brothers and everyone else.
My
Well,
wife.
Well, no.
She got down there.
I mean, you imagine that conversation. Hey, Russ, he's following her seriously.
Somebody's got to put his wiener up.
Could you put his wiener up for us so we can pick him up and throw him in the car and take you guys to the hospital?
Nobody wants to do it.
We've got a situation. That's awful. I mean, can you imagine being woken up to that? Because the first 10 seconds, I don't know if if you've asked her, she's got to be for the first 10 or 15 seconds trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
You're being woken up.
Yeah.
Your dumb ass is out back, laid out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're making funny breathing noises.
Yeah. Hey, we think your husband might be dead. You want to come check it out?
Well, see, that's the other part of it. I mean, you're getting woken up by people that have been drinking for hours. Got a pretty good buzz going. We got to go wake her up.
It's not like that. It was not super sloppy. It was just typical beach fun and relaxation.
Talking just a little bit louder than you normally would. Little slur.
So, no, I feel like I totally had it together. I feel like that will be backed up by any eyewitness accounts.
Okay.
Sure. Stay with us. Hour number 2 of The Drive coming up next. It's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw Premium Vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Doctors take Field of Greens for their own health. Here's Dr. Ryan Green to explain.
We're like you, too much fast food and not enough exercise. That's why I take Field of Greens. The fruits and vegetables in Field of Greens support my heart, lungs, kidneys, and metabolism for weight loss. And Field of Greens promises your doctor will notice your improved health or your money back.
Get 15% off with promo code RADIO at fieldofgreens.com. That's promo code RADIO at fieldofgreens.com. Product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Every 40 seconds, a child goes missing somewhere in the U.S. You can help in the effort to find missing kids simply by donating your car or boat to Find the Children, a nonprofit organization dedicated to returning missing children to their families. Find the Children works closely with national and community agencies and organizations and helps distribute flyers and posters that are directly responsible for recovering missing kids. Your car or boat donation helps protect and recover children in every state and community by sponsoring child safety and recovery programs. For fast, free pickup, call anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Running or not, your car, truck, van, RV, or boat will be towed away free of charge. Fast, free pickup, plus it's tax deductible. Everyone wins when you donate your car or boat to Find the Children.
Call right now. 800-466-8813. 800-466-8813. That's 800-466-8813.
Good afternoon. Traffic's building right on schedule out here on all the major outbound routes, especially through downtown on 40 West at 17th Street. Some of this traffic volume getting on to Alcoa Highway, continuing out past UT Medical Center on into Blount County as it builds now. I-40 at the Holston River Bridge. Watch out. Radar this afternoon, at least it was earlier on I-40, traveling out through Sevier up in parts of Jefferson County as well. Amco Transmission, serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call Amco Transmissions in Knoxville, 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. It's Fan Run Radio and the Top 4 at 4, brought to you this afternoon by Knoxville Smiles. Jace Brown, what do you got?
Thank you. At number 1, Joe Lunardi released his way too early bracketology heading into the 2025-26 college basketball season. He has Tennessee projected as a number 2 seed in the tournament. Some other notables include Florida as the top overall seed in the tournament and 14 SEC teams in the field.
Sounds like the conference is just going to be back on top again. Just dominant in all
heavy competition.
Yes.
Heavy competition. The reviews about Ament continue to come in. There's nothing stopping that hype train.
Yep. Man.
People say he's up. Somebody said that he's like 6'11" now.
I think that's what Amari Evans.
Evans said he's 6'11".
Yeah.
He's got the wingspan. He's a shot maker. He's
Plays
growing.
like a 6-foot guard.
Yeah. Really?
I'll take that. Yeah.
I think he's going to be.
This kid's going to be special.
The guy, man, is like, can he be more Dalton Connect or more Chaz Lanier? Is he a guy that plays within the system, or is he a guy that just takes the game over?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I know the season hadn't been over that long, and I'm already starting to get kind of antsy feeling. Ready to see the new.
I feel like
the new addition.
I kind of want him to be a take the game over guy, and I like Chaz, but he would have to get his shots. Like, his scoring would come with just in the flow of the offense. He could get hot, but like,
and they'd start
Connect. You could give him the ball and get the hell out of the way, and you don't have to do anything else. And like, I'm kind of hoping that Ament can be like that.
He was Connect was more of a momentum, like, run stopper on offense, and I mean that like you're talking about, go to the rack and just jam it.
I think it could be our version of like when Jabari Smith was at Auburn.
Yeah,
a guy like that, or when Brandon Miller was at Alabama. Like, those tall, lengthy players that could score at all three levels. They're just unicorns in college.
Guarded by Jemai Meshack, who I heard is impressed. It's his defense, man. I heard he was described as having the best defense on the planet.
That'd be so cool if that guy was able to carve out a role for himself in the NBA.
Role.
At number 2, some more college basketball news. According to CBS Sports' Matt Norlander, the number of college basketball games played in a season is set to increase. Norlander reports beginning with the 2026-27 season, teams can play on 32 occasions. They will not be required to do that, but the move allows programs to schedule more non-conference matchups any given year. Norlander added that multiple team events are in the middle of the decision to expand. Events such as the Players Festival in Las Vegas can produce as many as 4 games in the later portion of November.
Is there a limit right now as to how many games?
31. So it's just a 1-game.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, me neither. Okay. I just assumed it was like 30 always. I never actually knew the exact number of games they played.
All right.
At number 3, a 22-year-old fan has been banned indefinitely from all MLB ballparks after yelling something about Arizona Diamondbacks second baseman Ketel Marte's late mother during Tuesday night's game against the Chicago White Sox, according to a source. Marte was brought to tears by the incident, which occurred while he was at bat in the 7th inning. Marte's mother died in a car accident in the Dominican Republic in 2017.
People suck.
This guy's a scumbag.
You're on the south side of Chicago.
People suck. People do bad things. People say bad things. I don't know. I hate that happened. He heard that. You got to have thick skin. Play.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you shouldn't be exposed to that. I'm not making excuses anyway. They threw the guy out of the game and kind of rallying around it, but yikes.
Yeah.
That's not good. Hopefully it's a lesson, a teaching moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for a good heckling at the ballpark. There's a line.
Yeah.
Dead
mom.
Just off limits.
And I don't know where that line is, but dead mom is way past the line.
Way past
that's
the line.
not.
Yeah.
Like live mom.
Fair game.
Well, I don't know. That's where the line is. That's where the line is.
I think if you don't know the other person's, if it's just a general
Well, yeah,
derogatory
did he-
statement about someone's mother, I think that's okay if you don't know that they're dead.
I don't know, man. You're at the ball game and you yell something about specific about a ball player's mom.
It's a little over the line.
Was what he said something about her death related?
I don't know.
Or was he just like,
that he said.
I'd like to give Marte the benefit of the doubt in saying that it must have been something like way beyond, like got down to the specifics of some sort. I'd like to think
How do
somebody
you even
just bringing
know
it up.
something like
Yeah.
that? You're a White Sox fan. You're at the ball game. Like, how would you know that? Is it Sterling Marte? Ketel
Ketel
Marte?
Marte.
Like that his
mom died.
Yeah. How
car
would you
wreck
even know something?
I mean,
8 years ago.
Ketel is like a really good player too. So like these really good guys, all their information is out there about their family and stuff. It's just the way it is now, and guys can find it.
If you knew something like, why would you go there, man? Like, just what?
Yeah.
Brain cell is telling you that that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, when known dullards are telling you, whoa, that's a stupid move.
Yeah. And they went and found the guy. And
so he's banned. He got a lifetime ban from every stadium?
From every ballpark.
Wow. Well, he gets it. What happens if he goes back? Say in 10 years.
It's a good point.
Like, how are they going to recognize him? This guy, they got his picture up in every park, facial scanning, something.
Well, it's your email address. You buy tickets through these providers, and they probably find out who you are, but you'd have to come up with it. It seems like that's something you could get around.
Yeah.
And at number 4, the NBA draft is upon us just days after the Thunder closed out its finals victory over the Pacers. The Dallas Mavericks hold the first pick in the draft and are almost certainly taking Duke forward Cooper Flagg with the first overall pick. Coverage begins at 8 o'clock on ABC and ESPN.
Doesn't sound like Lanier is going to be drafted tonight.
No.
Getting second-round vibes there. It's not completely out of the realm of possibility. We could see him taken tonight. The Athletic has an anonymous Eastern Conference executive saying that it is not completely off the table, but going in the second round, more likely.
I think tonight's not as big a deal as what he does. Obviously, he's going to get a chance here in the next few weeks. Whoever signs him to work out and show his stuff, and hopefully he'll be able to stick, work his way into playing in the league.
Guys in the NBA, all these teams, they need shooters. Chaz is one of the best shooters in this draft. So wherever he gets picked, he's going to make an impact wherever he ends up because he's just a pure shooter, and that stuff translates to the NBA.
Anonymous college assistant told The Athletic Lanier is a high-level shooter, elite standstill or transition pull-up shooter. No matter what level, there's a premium on that. Says he is a better defender than Dalton Connect. The last 2 months, the light bulb went on. Chaz has a quiet mental toughness, and he's physically tough. You can hit him. He doesn't mind that.
Nice.
We get these guys. I mean, we talk about the baseball, all these guys that we're seeing SEMO tear it up in the big leagues right now. You got to think Gilbert is getting close to getting the call. He's in AAA. Blake Burke is tearing up single A. He's going to get promoted soon. All these Vols coming to the big leagues, and we'll see these Vols in the NBA too. That makes people wonder about people wonder about local interest in the NBA is not being that high. Well, people were interested in following Dalton Connect this year and what he was doing, and the more guys that we can get up there, we see
more eyeballs on games.
Chaz get a chance. Hopefully, Ament is a dude. Next year that we're talking about being drafted highly, and I think that'll go away towards promoting local interest in the professional game.
Well, SEMO is no longer hitting ninth in the Angels order.
No, not after last night, huh?
No.
He is second.
So he has a record-setting night last night. He ties the game in the eighth with a home run. Was that his first big league home run?
No.
Second big league home run. And then he comes up in extras in the 10th and hits a walk-off to win it.
Yes. And he still does. I love it. He still does the
He does the trucker horn, whatever that is.
Train horn.
And he also does the slide into third tongue wag.
Yeah,
he did that.
Oh yeah.
I will explode if he will do the double hands over the face.
He never really did that, did he?
I thought they brought that back last year to give him some mojo.
Maybe he did, but yeah.
The tongue wag, the engineer, and just seeing him, he's just
the old school purist in you doesn't mind a little showboating like that.
I have no problem because here's the deal with SEMO. Once he starts his try, he doesn't bat flip anymore.
That's a lie.
Don't you talk bad about Christian?
I'm not.
He plays the sport with class, but he doesn't. He runs his pace.
Bear
never
don't want to hear
changes.
what you have to say here, Jace.
Just zip it on dragging him
I was
down.
watching the Braves, as awful as they are this year. The one thing like Dooley said, the one thing Tennessee always does, we always kick the bleep out of Vandy. The Braves still kick the bleep out of the New York Mets. We just own them, and they were showing Acuna last night. I was watching the Mets broadcast, and he had 3 different celebrations in his home run the other night. He hits the homer. He does the grenade toss thing is his new thing that he's doing now.
Ja Morant.
He does the Ozuna bird thing. And then he does when he gets to third base, he does the Euro step layup celebration. He's like,
I think
three different celebrations for one home run trot.
And in related news, have you noticed that
Beanball's back.
Beanball's back. People are throwing it. They hit Shohei with
twice.
He caught 100 mile an hour, right in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big old dude. I don't know if I'd hit him with something, even if I could. Yeah, it'd be a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Have some massive Japanese dude come out and just destroy you.
But he looks so friendly, Shohei. He's always
he backed everybody from the Dodgers up. They were ready to fight that when he got hit at 100. That was obvious. To me, I thought that I don't have a problem with somebody hitting somebody. You need to keep it under triple digits, I think.
Chase Burns
Yeah.
He's dealing.
With his debut, big league
yeah.
debut for your
Oh,
Reds
yeah.
last night. Walker, he's got you feeling good? You're pumped up about Big Chase?
Oh, yeah. It was one of the most electric first innings of baseball I've watched from a pitcher.
My Yankees are not doing too good against former Tennessee pitchers right now.
No. Nor the Reds.
He's pitching against the Smokies like a month ago, and now he's pitching against the Yankees.
No, yeah. I don't know if I've been on record saying it, but I've been saying it to my friends. If he was dating Livy Dunn, he would be as hyped a prospect as Paul Skeens was.
I have nothing against Chase Burns. I know our fan base online has it out for him, and that's like, hey, man, it worked out for him just fine. It worked out for us fine.
He won us some big ball games.
Yeah, he went and did what he had to do, man. Like we don't claim him like he's a demon deacon, and that's fine. But like, I don't wish him failure in the next level.
I still respect the hell out
it was
of what
cool,
he did
man.
for us, man.
Struck out the first 6 batters he faced.
Yeah.
As a big leaguer.
Mm-hmm. Struck not the first
touching
6.
100 a couple times.
He gave up 1 hit in the second, but the first 6 outs were
strikeouts.
Ended up with like 8 or 9 strikeouts.
Crochet did that to the Yankees too as well. Judge finally did get him for a homer.
Yeah.
I think it was into the short porch, but
no, when Chase Burns hit Judge with one of the nastiest sliders I've seen in a while in that first inning, just disappeared.
Yeah.
So nice.
Not Burke. Beck.
Yeah.
He went up. I saw early on in my trip, I think he'd gotten up to 12 homers on the season maybe.
Oh, yeah, he's like the only bright spot the Colorado Rockies have.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool because with him, with SEMO, it's seeing them playing Major League Baseball and seeing the ball and hitting it the way we watched him do it at Tennessee, and now they're doing it at the highest level. It's just cool, man.
It's really cool. There's no better feeling than watching a prospect you've been looking forward to for a while make his debut and be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the best feelings in sports.
We got a lot of emotional investment.
Especially with Falls now.
In all these guys,
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of cool, the Cape Cod League, that is pretty cool, man. I did not know anything about the Cape Cod League. I met this guy in Charleston last week who's written a book. It's called Cape Dreams, A Season with the Brewster Whitecaps. And it's about the Cape Cod League. And it's one of these things we always hear about. We've had our players go and playing. Manny Marin and Tegan Coons are playing for the Whitecaps right now. Andrew Fisher played for the Whitecaps last summer. So you see Aaron Judge played in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of Hall of Famers have played in the Cape Cod League. And I didn't know anything about it until I started reading this book. It's super cool. We're going to have the author on with us when we continue. His name is Mark Pathfinder Epstein, and the book is called Cape Dreams, A Season with the Brewster Whitecaps, and we're going to talk to him about the Cape Cod League and what makes it so special when we continue. Stay with us. You're listening to The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio. Quick timeout. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Good morning. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. It's going to be another scorcher. The National Weather Service has us under a heat advisory until 7 o'clock here tonight. We're talking about heat indices pushing 103 to 108 degrees, air temperatures at 96, practice heat safety. We'll do it again tomorrow, but as we wrap up the weekend, head into the upcoming weekend, we're talking about increasing chances for showers and thunderstorms. That's your latest forecast. For regular updates, check in with the East Tennessee Weather app or online at easttnweather.com. From the East Tennessee Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Mike Witcher for Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. In football and life, you need a solid defense to protect what matters most. That's where Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee comes in. Score peace of mind with Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. They're your line of defense. FBITN.com.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance of the Tennessee Vols. I'm here to be that line of defense for all your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871 and go Vols.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Good afternoon, cranking a pretty good Alcoa Highway southbound as we check it out live here passing UT Medical Center all the way down past Icy King Park into Blount County. It's stop and go certain sections of Kingston Pike out here in West Knoxville, especially in Farragut right now at Concord Road as it gets heavier on that Solway Bridge, trying to get out of the Oak Ridge area. Fostering Hope TN, helping thousands of East Tennessee kids in the foster system. This is a wonderful organization. Check them out for yourself at fosteringHopeTN.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Back here on The Drive, it's Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning into the show. Bear, Jace Brown, Walker, cruising with you on a Wednesday afternoon, scorching hot Wednesday afternoon edition of the show here in East Tennessee. And so I'm in Charleston last week. I'm at the beach, and my wife and I decided we go to Barnes & Noble over on Mount Pleasant. Mm-hmm. And I walk in there, and I immediately see there's a guy there doing a book signing, and he sees me. He draws me in like a tractor beam. He's like, "Hey, I want to talk to you about my book." I'm like, "All right, talk to me."
He could sense the baseball fan in you.
Yeah, and he's written a book about the Cape Cod League, and like I've always heard about the Cape Cod League. I know nothing about the Cape Cod League. I've heard about it. I know it happens in the summer. I know it's kind of cool. People bring their yard chairs up and they sit there and watch the games, but I just didn't know much about it. And so I'm talking to this guy and up buying his book. He signed it for me. Real nice guy. And I said, "Hey, we're gonna get you on the show. We're gonna talk about this." And that is how we bring in Mark Pathfinder Epstein to the show this afternoon. Mark, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well. You know, you did a really good takeoff on me, Russell, for only knowing me for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, you had a big person, a good salesman too, because like he was selling books. There was like a couple of girls. Remember that girl tried to walk out with your book? She tried to steal your book. You had to go track her down and say, "No, sweetie, you got to pay for that."
I was keeping an eye on her while I was engaged with you, Russell. I sensed something going on that one.
Yes, yeah. So we averted that. Almost had a minor incident of theft over there, but. Mark, the book is called Cape Dreams: A Season with the Brewster Whitecaps. And as I was saying, like I know what the Cape Cod League is vaguely. We hear about it a little bit. I just didn't know a ton about it, and I'm really enjoying your book, man. I enjoy the passion you have for it. You love this league. If you had to talk to our audience now, or say, "Hey, tell our audience in just a minute or so what the Cape Cod League is and what makes it special," how would you explain it?
Yeah, no, it was founded on the values that our forefathers settled this country with: hard work, no entitlement, no fancy fields, sandlots, still.
Yeah.
Guys have to pay their own way. No NIL. There are 10 towns that are small that exploded this summer. And the townspeople, this is the unique part about it. The townspeople spend 45 weeks a year, Brewster Whitecaps, their organization, along with the other 9, But I was sent it with Brewster last year, and their president, Luke Dillon, presided over an organization of 20 volunteers on their board of directors and probably 150 more by the time the season starts. And they live their lives for watching the greatest college players in the country show up and perform for 7 weeks in front of about 125 scouts on a 40-game schedule. And they live with host families, the players. The great Andrew Fisher from Knoxville.
Yes.
By way of New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And Duke and Arkansas.
Ole Miss.
Mississippi, rather.
Yeah.
And they are tested with wooden bats in their hands.
Yeah.
And it changes the game. And I'm going to give you a great example of how it changed it. Dan Cuvée, Miami, played for the Brewster Whitecaps last year. The book is called Cave Dreams, a season with the Brewster Whitecaps. Well, he had unbelievable freshman year last year. He had an incredible first-team All-American season along with Fisher this year. And at the Cape this season, after 9 games, with a wooden bat after transitioning from aluminum, where he hit an incredible 370, 380 average, over 20 home runs, 60, 70 RBIs, 2 RBIs, no home runs.
A little different.
And,
yeah.
And last year, Fisher in Brewster had a terrific season before he got hurt and had to go home a little early with a bad back, which really upset him because he wanted to stay for the whole season. He was having a blast and doing really well. He was hitting 240, 5 home runs, and he was going to be an all-star and was in the running for league MVP. So you have to put it in perspective. The scouts know what they're looking for, but they throw away. They don't completely throw them away, the statistics that come with from their college season, the hitters, but they know they're skewed, and the players, the position players, come down to earth real quickly and are humbled real quick. And that's the nature of the league. It's the last amateur athletic organization left in America after high school. And that's a quick wrap of, I use the terms on the shores of Cape Cod. I'm going to read you one sentence, 2 sentences maybe, real quick here, for your readers, for your listeners. And this is what they're going to find. Here we go. Yeah, no, I kind of misplaced it. But on the shores of Cape Cod, there reside 10 towns who live and breathe for their summer baseball season, so they can go back in time and revisit a special era of America when baseball was truly our national pastime. And that really should resonate with everyone because it's a terrific book. Brewster's an incredible town. You talk about a throwback town, they don't even have a red light. But you know what they got? Brewster has their Whitecaps. And the townspeople, the 10,000 that live there year-round, they don't have a red light. But they can't wait for their season to start because they show up in crowds of about 2,000 to 3,000 people lining on beach chairs, blankets, and doesn't cost anything to get in. So, if you're looking for, the people in Knoxville are connected to the league, obviously, right now because of Andrew. Fisher, and in the book, I call him Kid Brett. I gave him the nickname Kid Brett, and he is the subject. He's the lead subject, and you're reading it, Russ, of the story, and he's become one of my best friends. I just spoke to him today for about 15 minutes.
You know, that's one of my favorite parts of the book. We're visiting with Mark Pathfinder Epstein. His new book, Cape Dreams, A Season with the Brewster Whitecaps, is available. You can go to brewsterbookstore.com and order a copy. And
or Amazon and all the Barnes & Nobles and my website, www.markpathfinderbooks.com.
Outstanding. And, I'm really enjoying it. And one of the things, you mentioned this, Mark, is the players live with host families. So you'll have guys like, Aaron Judge played in this league. Andrew Fisher
played
played
for the David Rohn family.
Yeah. And you write about how he went up there and he just moves into a family's house. All these players, they live with a family, a local family who take them in, feed them, give them a place to sleep. And these guys just live with it. You're not staying in a hotel or a dormitory or anything. You're living in a house with people families. And their families. Yeah.
Yeah. You're eating with their kids. You're talking. You become part of their family. You become entrenched with it. I know for Aaron Judge in 2012 when he got to Brewster, Lori Rome, the wife of David, their host, and the two kids, and the three sons rather. But when he got out of the car at 6'7", he was at Fresno. He was going into his junior year. She's about 4'11", so she tells the story of going out to an Uber, and he's a monster. And 3 times a day he'd go to the refrigerator and drink a gallon of milk and bring a box of Cheez-Its downstairs to where he was sleeping on their bed in their bedroom that they put together for him downstairs. And you watch Family Guy when he wasn't at the ball. I mean, it's a great story. And it's on and on. Billy Wagner played in Brewster. He's going to the Hall of Fame in 3 weeks. Sean Casey. Every town has an incredible tradition. Last year alone, there were 375 players, former K players, that were on active major league rosters in one season.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at your book right now. Thurman Munson, Carlton Fisk, Todd Helton, who we know down here, East Tennessee boy, Frank Thomas. I mean, just Chris Sale, just huge names that have played in the Cape Cod League, and it's really a fascinating story. It makes me want to go up there. I got to get up there and see it sometime, Mark.
I tell you have to.
Yeah.
You can't. I can't talk. I mean, I can write about it and I can talk about it. And the reason I wrote about it is because I want Russell to bring his family to see it firsthand, because what I'm saying you won't believe until you get there yourself and you go, oh my God, this still exists in America? Well, hopefully barely with the NIL, but the one thing, okay, that I have to bring up is the dedication of the volunteers,
yes,
of the people within the town. They, and the host families, they make this league. Without them, they're, the manager, Jamie Shevchuk, from Brewster, and he's not a household name, but you know what he's done? He just won his 20th consecutive conference championship at Keystone College in Pennsylvania this past season. It's an all-time NCAA record at any level in any sport. And so he lives to bring his 3 daughters and his wife to Brewster every summer. And what a baseball lifer. Andrew Fisher calls him a second father. I call him a brother. It's a family atmosphere. It's a real family atmosphere, because that term is used too often. Andrew Fisher is like a brother to me. I don't look at him as a superstar volunteer baseball player who's going to be a first-round draft pick. 10 years from now, I'll be going to a major league game, waiting for the game to get over, so we can still go out to dinner together. We're brothers for life. And he would tell you that.
That's fantastic. And you see a lot of guys, too, take a big jump from there. You see guys, you mentioned Zach Neto, who's a star now with the Angels.
He was discovered. He was literally
blew up.
discovered. He blew up in Brewster when he led them to the 2021 championship. He was an unknown. Maybe he followed a little bit at Campbell by a few scouts. But when he exploded on the Cape and became a first-round draft pick, the 12th player chosen, the interview is in the book, and you're reading it, Russell. He'll tell you firsthand. He was discovered on Cape Cod. But you know what's crazy? In a way, Aaron Judge was discovered on Cape Cod. It's never really come out the way it should have. He did not have a good season in 2012 in Brewster. He was very mediocre. Again, the wooden bats. He was coming from Fresno with aluminum. He had 270 and 5 home runs. That wasn't what opened their eyes. You know what opened their eyes? If you read it, you remember. Home run derby.
Yes.
That's what caught the Yankee scout, Matt Hyde, to follow him the rest of the summer. It was home run derby. And all 29 teams passed on him because he was so average. But the Yankees saw something in him in the 30th pick of the first round from home run derby that made them think he had great potential. Well, guess what? All 29 teams bombed out. And that's a fact. You know, some of these stories that we're having right now on the air, you know, they're incredible baseball stories that are so unknown that drove me to write this book. But I go back to the volunteers. I go back to the board of directors. I go back to the Luke Dillons and the John Meccas and the James Sullivans who run the Brewster team, and the Andrew Lang, who's the president of the league. These guys are lifers. They give their life to this league, to these guys that come up there into their communities for this special league in a special part of America that turns out tremendous giants in the sport of baseball.
Talking with Mark Epstein, author of Cape Dreams, a season with the Brewster Whitecats.
By the way, I'm just getting going.
I know. I know you are. We got to go here in just a second, but I want to make sure people know where they can find the book and all that stuff. And by the way,
and I
Mark,
got to tell you,
yeah,
the one thing about Andrew Fisher and myself, I gave him a nickname that stuck within his family and myself. In the book, you'll see it. He's not Andrew Fisher. He becomes Kid Brett. Everything that the Knoxville, Tennessee Vols fans saw this year, that's on a daily basis at batting practice and infield practice up there. Oh, my goodness. We the two of us, I'm 73, he's 20. We took off our shirts and had a muscle contest on the pitcher's mound last summer. I mean, the guy is just like that all the time. He's a tremendous guy.
Well, we got two guys up there right now, Manny Marin and Tegan Coons, who are playing for the Whitecaps that had good freshman seasons here that Tennessee fans are hoping they blossom into stars as sophomores next year, and they're on draft.
And they got off to a really good start up there, Brewster. They won their first 6 games.
Yeah.
Scuffled the next 3, but I tell you, winning is hard up there because I'm talking about Brewster's legacies. But you can go down the list of every town that has a team and go through the same scenario, whether it be Founders, Catuit, Howard, Chatham, Bourne, Wareham, Hyannis, Yarmouth Dennis. It's on and on every year. All the future great major leaguers are discovered on the tape. And you know who wrote the foreword? You know Russell. Tell the readers the listeners who wrote the forward to this book.
Oh, Peter Gammons.
There you go. Yeah. He doesn't put his name on anything that's mediocre.
The great Peter Gammons.
Story.
Yes, sir.
And CC Sabathia enjoys the back cover of it.
I saw that too. Yeah, his son is playing down there, and CC's up there.
The whole. I mean, he follows us around last year for 10 days. He's part of our family, you know. He's wearing his Brewster gear like I was, hanging out by the fence, chatting while his kid's playing for his base.
It's probably the last time these families will get to see their kids play baseball like that. When you're growing up and you're hanging out by the fence during their Little League game or their travel ball game and just that kind of thing. It changes when you get to college and they're selling tickets and you got to be in your seat. And then obviously professionally it's a whole different deal there.
I got to tell you, before I go up there, and I know you're running out of time, obviously.
You're good. Go ahead.
Too. I got to tell you, James Sullivan, who is the host family director and assistant general manager to John Mecca and works closely with Luke Dillon, the president. She said to me before I came up to do this book, she says, 2 things are going to happen at the end of the season, Mark. Number one, you're going to say it was the best season of your life, summer of your life. Well, I did. And she said, and the next thing, when the summer's over, you're going to cry. I'm glad I did it when no one's watching. I went back to the dugout the day after the season at 4:30 in the afternoon. There was no one there, and I bawled my eyes out. All of those future great major leaguers had become my family and brothers. They did not treat me as I was a 70-year-old author, former basketball junkie and player and coach. I was a peer. Cape Cod baseball had no boundaries when it came to age. It was special. And for every family that goes there, they get hooked immediately, and they keep going back for more.
Mark, that's a great place to end it, my friend. Really appreciate your time, and congratulations, man. It's a terrific book. Tell folks one more time where they can go get a copy.
Yeah, they can buy it. Unfortunately, I have to plug Amazon. I don't like to. But all the Barnes & Noble bookstores, my own website, I can sign it, markpathfinderbooks.com, www.markpathfinderbooks.com, and all Barnes & Noble bookstores throughout the country can order it. When it came out, it was number 1 in the world for sports for the first 30 days. I'm an unknown author, okay? But just like Brewster, they might not have a red light, but they have the Whitecaps. And I might not have a big name, but the Brewster Whitecaps and Cape Cod baseball last summer told one hell of a story.
There you go. You've written a terrific book. Mark, really appreciate.
I love my boy Andrew Fisher.
Hey, Fish, we love him too, man. He was fun
Brett.
to watch.
Remember, he's not Fisher anymore. He's Kid Brett. He's an unbelievable guy. I'm so happy that the people of Knoxville saw the real Kid Brett. He's a tremendous young man.
All right, man. Well, we are going to keep an eye on him, and we'll keep an eye on the Cape Cod League, Mark. Really appreciate the time, my friend. Enjoy your time up there. Enjoy the baseball.
Thanks. I love the Brewster Whitecaps. Can you send me this link so I can share it with everyone?
Yes. Yep.
For our recording
here? Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get our crack staff on that for you. Mark, appreciate it, my man. Mark Epstein.
No, I appreciate you, Russell. Thank you for calling.
Thank you, man. Mark Epstein, again, Cape Dreams, a season with the Brewster Whitecaps. I'll tell you, that guy's excited about the Cape Cod League.
Yeah,
I wasn't lying.
I'm telling you, it sounds like it'd be a fun damn time.
Oh, yeah.
Go up there and just,
That's what I said. Like,
eating hot dogs, watching good baseball.
I just stumbled in this bookstore. I'm going with my wife. Like, we're just going to look around. And I meet this guy. And you hear him. Like, he's in your face, right? And he big personality. And I'm like, okay, man, I'll buy the book. and we're talking about it. And then once I figure out that, like, he knew Andrew Fisher, I'm like, okay, I'm not just going to buy it to be nice. I'm going to read it. I started reading it, and then I had my accident, so I haven't finished it yet. But
looks like you're getting ready to tear back into it.
It's like his enthusiasm for the Cape Cod League. I'm like, okay, like this is really cool. And then I went to watch some YouTube videos about it.
Lobster roll.
And it's like you're saying, it's like, okay, like this is a trip. Like this is a week, right? We fly in, we rent a car, and we drive up and down the Cape Cod going to see these baseball games.
Just eating lobster rolls and hot dogs, popcorn.
At these places, Hyannis and Yarmouth and Brewster.
Like he was talking about
it sounds so
future
foreign.
Hall of Famers in like a 2,000-seater. It's like seeing a major band in a small club. I mean, just you get up close and it's just something to that kind of energy. I don't know.
And all these stadium, all the fields they're like high school fields.
Sure.
And even I think Brewster, they play at a elementary school even. Like it's like and the fields are maintained by the locals. It's all volunteer work and
I knew about the host
cool.
families.
Yeah.
So
all right, we got to get caught up here. Quick timeout. You're listening to The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio. Back to wrap up hour number 2 right after this.
The Drive.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State, smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Pack Rat. Yeah, you. Are you moving cross-country and you just don't know who to call? Call us right now. Listen, you've probably seen one of our containers in your neighborhood. But did you know that we can help you move anywhere in the United States? It's real simple. We'll drop a container off at the location you tell us to bring it to. You pack up your valuable possessions at your leisure. They stay safe right in your home. And when you're ready, call us. We'll come and pick up the container and give you a scheduled date of when your furniture and the other possessions will be at your new home. So if you're moving across country or across town, be a Pack Rat. Join the Pack Rat family. Call Pack Rat right now for your free quote. See y'all later, Pack Rats.
Call 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. That's 800-965-1298.
We specialize in relationship banking. From your first car to your first home, a growing family, or a thriving business, C&B is here for you. If you're a customer, we thank you for placing your trust in us. If you're not already, we welcome you to become one today. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Is your smile ready for the spotlight? Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco, and at Knoxville Smiles, we make every visit a reason to smile. From routine cleanings to dazzling cosmetic treatments, our experienced team uses the latest technology to keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. With a warm, welcoming atmosphere and personalized care, we're here to make sure you leave feeling your best. Don't wait. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Book your appointment today at 865-539-1776 or online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Good afternoon. Watching traffic build north of Knoxville with that traffic flow on 75, working your way on up into Anderson County, passing that Rocky Top exit. A little bit crowded on Broadway right now through certain sections of Fountain City as you head over the ridge into Halls, headed out towards the Corrington area. That's starting to build as well. Amco Transmission, serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call Amco Transmissions in Knoxville, 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Back here on the Drive, Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Streaming online, fanrunradio.com, your free Fan Run app, a variety of ways for you to experience the program this afternoon. Good to be back here with the boys, Russell and Bear. First time in studio in a while. Big thanks to Jason Walker for holding it down and our other buddies who helped us out the past couple of weeks.
Tell you what, it feels good to have everyone back in here.
Yeah.
It does.
It does. The boys are back together. The boys are back in town.
I'd like to move the show to L.A., Russ. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Move to L.A.? Well, we were talking during the break. What about hear me out here, because I think this is doable.
I think I know where you're going.
Oh,
Go
it's
ahead.
more than doable.
We take a week.
To
we
go
get
up there?
Cape Cod.
We broadcast
We
live.
We
from
go
Cape
from town to
Cod.
town and do the shows, and then we go watch baseball.
Let's do it. It'll be tax deductible, our expenses. Let's do it.
I feel like we can make it work. It's all in
It's
such
going
a
to take a
small
lot.
area,
It's
too.
going to take a lot of planning. Maybe a little bit of fundraising.
That's our strong suit.
Planning. Usually we fly by the seat of. You do good planning. You do better than the rest of the show.
I can plan a show out a day or two in advance. Planning like a week's vacation, like that's pretty intimidating to me.
I actually can plan something like that a lot better than I can plan a show.
I feel like that's so much harder.
It's really not. That's just phone calls and a pad and a pen. And
That's what the
writing
show
down
is.
information.
That's planning a show.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're gone, it's just three. It doesn't matter who the other two guys have been over the years. It's always we just kind of show up and kind of wing it.
I don't know about you. I was doing prep before the shows.
Oh,
this
by the
last
way, I got a quick question before we're at the end of the hour here.
Hmm.
I need you to pronounce something for me.
Who, me?
Live on air. No, new guy. Pronounce that word right above my thumb. Say it.
What?
That name.
Bo? Is that right?
I was listening last week, my friend. Struggle with that one, Bayo.
Beowulf?
I didn't hear that one.
I don't even remember saying that.
You
What
said
show was that?
That was
Which one?
I can't remember. I have to look back.
They'll say they all run together. There's a lot of talking. Bayo.
Texter says, watch the 2001 flick Summer Catch with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jessica Biel.
Excellent.
Eye emoji. It's about the Cape Cod League.
It's like a very hidden gem in baseball. You know how many guys we have on this roster that are going to be up there this next year?
Yeah.
All
so
these
Marin and Coons are playing for the Whitecaps, which is the team that he was embedded with last year. Who else is going to be out there?
So we got 8 guys that are
From
either
the SEC.
No, that are
From
either
the Vols.
from the
the
Vols
Vols.
that are either committed to the Vols or were on the roster last year. Tegan Coons, Braden Krenzel, Manny Marin, Chris Newstrom, Levi Clark is up there. These are all guys that were on the team last year.
Dude, here, think about this. Let's just play this out a little bit. Vitello goes up there.
Oh yeah.
We got to go. Because in that way, we could bump into Tony up there as a drive.
Hang out with Tony.
Yeah, and the drive can hang out with Tony. Sorry.
The names you just listed are all like the best young players on the team.
Yeah, as well as 2 of the best transfers we got. Henry Ford is playing up there right now.
Wow.
Garrett Wright is playing up there right now. And Bo Rudy is playing there.
Who are some of the – I think would probably be pretty familiar with some of the kids from other SEC schools. And that would be cool to see some of those guys.
Is our whole season next year, by the way, I know we missed this, the Ford kid commits.
Yeah.
Is our whole season hinging on whether or not that dude comes to school?
It's definitely I wouldn't call it make or break.
It sounds like he's going to be our best player next year.
But this is going to be like, the Liam Doyle edition that we got.
I mean, is he as good as Skeens? I mean, is he a Skeens? Is he a Liam Doyle? Is he a?
I think he seems like he's that type.
Is he
of
a guy that's,
He seems like he might be
he's a
Golden Spikes Award candidate.
Yeah.
I don't want to put too much on him, but
yeah, we need to get him. They need to
all conference
close the deal.
player type dude,
player of the year.
Well, I mean, we've closed the deal. It's
can we hold off
whether
LSU?
or not? No, it's he's
hold off
committed
the
to
draft?
Tennessee. It's whether or not he's draft eligible. It's whether or not he's going to be drafted highly. And it's just whether, the Major League Baseball draft is a weird thing where
you can get drafted.
You can negotiate. You put your price out there and say, hey, this is what I want, and that might scare teams off. Or somebody might like you enough. It's like, yeah, we're going to pay Henry Ford a $5 million to sign, or whatever his number is, and then he's just gone, and we don't get him.
Yeah, and he's it's a leverage play that these guys get with the fact that
which has happened to us several times.
Yeah, it happens to all these teams. It's happened to us.
The kid from Wofford remember, was it something with a G?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
There was a kid from Wofford last year.
We were it was 2 years ago. We were so excited we were going to get this dude, and he ended up going to the draft.
Yeah. I mean, a guy with us, it wasn't as a transfer, but Mookie Betts was one of those guys.
Well, and to me, we're dealing with a couple of those, Schoolcraft and Appenzeller, the two pitchers that are first-round type prospects. And you definitely want to get those dudes, but I feel like the portal for winning is almost more important.
Yeah. Because you're not getting guys out of the portal to develop.
But these freshmen always take a year.
Yeah.
They always take a year, man. It's very rare that a freshman – I mean, look at Blake Burke and Semo. Like, they took a year, and then Burke slumped as a sophomore, and Semo was a good player as a sophomore, but it wasn't until their junior years that they were awesome. Henry Ford, this will be his third year.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be like Fisher, where he knows what he's getting into, and he's going to be a very good player from the get-go.
Yeah. I mean, the guy, I think he's killed it out there in Virginia, and he's a top 100 prospect in this next draft. Believe he's around, like, whatever ranking you look at, anywhere between 70 and 75, which would be early third round, mid-third round-ish. And if that's where he's projected to go, maybe he's, he did the whole song and dance of top 3 committed to Tennessee. And now I'm going to wait to see where I get drafted. So, like, if I get drafted in the third round and the money's in there, probably go to Tennessee and get a little money there too. But if someone reaches on him in the second, maybe the first, could be a different story.
Stay with us. Hour number 3 of the drive setting up here on Fan Run Radio. Open up the phone lines again, 865-966-3435. Your number to get on board, 966-3435. Stay tuned. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Airlines have just reduced their prices even more. Book 30 days in advance and save big.
Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? Then call the Low Cost Airlines Travel Hotline right now. For prices so low, we can't publish them anywhere. The only way to access our low rates and save up to 70% is to call. Save hundreds on your vacation tickets by calling right now. You can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. That's 800-631-1754.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination.
Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Your smile is one of the first things people notice, so why not make it unforgettable? At Knoxville Smiles, we believe everyone deserves a smile they're proud to show off, whether it's time for a routine checkup, a professional cleaning, or something more advanced like teeth whitening or veneers. Our expert team is here for you. We use the latest technology to provide the highest quality care in a comfortable, friendly environment. At Knoxville Smiles, we don't just treat teeth, we treat people. Our goal is to make every visit as stress-free and pleasant as possible. So if you've been putting off your next dental visit, now's the perfect time to take the next step towards a healthier, brighter smile. Give us a call at 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment. That's 865-539-1776. Or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Good afternoon. Cranking it pretty good through downtown Knoxville. More volume as we check it out live here on I-40 at 17th Street. Some of this traffic getting onto Alcoa Highway as that picks up southbound back out towards the Blount County area. It's stop and go right now Broadway through the Fountain City area. No shortage of radar on 75 up through Anderson County on into Campbell County. You're going to see a lot of radar over the next week or so as we get close to the 4th of July. Amco Transmission, serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call Amco Transmissions in Knoxville, 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Win time on your Wednesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio, and time for the Top 5 at 5. Here with all the latest, it's Jace Brown.
Thank you. At number 1, RTI's Ryan Shumpert compiled a list of where Chaz Lanier is projected to be selected in the final NBA mock drafts, according to ESPN and The Athletic, both of those outlets saying that he will be taken 37th overall by the Detroit Pistons. Bleacher Report has him selected as the number 30 overall pick to the Clippers, and CBS and NBC both have him projected to go number 38 overall to the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, I'd love it if he played for the Spurs.
Yeah, so I was getting ready to ask, so what would be a ideal landing spot for him with his skill set? And
the Spurs would be really good, space the floor for Wemby and be able to, ride his coattails to whatever glory he gets to.
Everybody needs shooters.
Yeah, Detroit would be a good one. They need shooters out there too, and they're a young team. He'd fit in.
Where does he not want to go to? Outside of the obvious ones like Charlotte.
Is Detroit still comically awful?
No,
they made the playoffs.
They were really good.
Okay.
They almost beat the Knicks. A couple bad calls led to them losing it. But
what about the Sixers? The Knicks.
The Sixers are in a weird spot, but they need shooting. The
Brooklyn.
Knicks need shooting. Brooklyn needs shooting. I mean, the only two spots I wouldn't want them to see go is Washington and Charlotte, and probably New Orleans too, because New Orleans is the worst run team of the bunch.
It'll be interesting to see how the Lakers get ran now that we missed that too, Russ. A legendary
Sold the
$10 billion on a
Yeah.
$67 million investment.
Pretty nuts.
Dr. Buss was crazy like a fox, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, family business, mom and pop shop.
At number 2, conference realignment is still going on in college athletics. ESPN's Pete Thamel reports that Texas state officials have informed the Sun Belt that they are expecting an offer from the Pac-12 in the near future. The talks between Texas State and the Pac-12 have intensified in the last 24 hours per ESPN sources, although a formal offer from the Pac-12 to Texas State has not yet been delivered. A formal offer is anticipated in the near future as Texas State is in talks to join the league for the 2026-27 school year.
So how would we feel about the reconstituted Pac-12? It would be 8 football schools. Gonzaga is basketball only.
Yep.
So it's Oregon State, Washington State, the holdovers. Then you've got Boise, San Diego State, Colorado State, Utah State, Fresno State, and Texas State would be the 8th team?
Yes.
A lot of state schools, to say the least. You know, it's not going to be a power conference that no one's going to think it's going to be. A lot of those teams.
It's a little better than the Mountain West just by virtue of Washington State and Oregon State?
Yeah,
yes.
Washington State, Oregon State. You know, we'll have to see how the sports breakdown is from that about, like, is that going to be a baseball league now? Are they going to add baseball programs? What's basketball going to look like with just Gonzaga in it and outside of it? But, you know, it's going to be really cool to see the Pac-12 logo on TV again. I love the Pac-12.
I love it. It's just it's not awful. It's not a nothing league.
No.
But it's not
a power conference.
It's not what it was. And I just wish it's like, man, I know the money is so much more in the ACC, but man, Cal, Stanford, what
Go back.
What are you doing?
Here's the I drove through Westwood, and I drove through UCLA's campus on Sunday afternoon, and I thought about you guys, like, how in the hell are they not like in the top 10 in every sport like we are? That's an unbelievable, one of the most beautiful campuses you'll ever see. Most beautiful. I don't understand why they can't get out of their own way and be successful.
They're in some major financial troubles around UCLA a little bit.
And now they play in the Big Ten, so they're constantly crisscrossing the country.
They've thrown out all those teams that went Benedict Arnold on the Pac-12 and went to the Big Ten. Yeah, all of them. They sold their souls.
At number 3, time for an MLB scoreboard watch with some early action going on. 2 games have gone final. The Brewers beat the Pirates 4-2, and the White Sox took a game from the Diamondbacks 7-3. Currently in the bottom of the 3rd, the Red Sox are on top of the Angels 2-0, and Christian Moore is up to bat right now with 1 out there. And in the bottom of the 4th, the Padres lead the Nationals 1-0. They also have a runner in scoring position.
Been watching a lot of Braves games lately. Let's see, Didier Fuentes is going to start again for us. I think he's like 19 years old.
Yeah, it's like the youngest kid to ever come up in that organization. Definitely the youngest player in the league.
Well, we were going to just use him as a spot guy to set up all our best pitching for this series against the Mets, and then Sale breaks a rib.
IL. Yeah,
Sale broke a rib.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was back to Cy Young form.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, that was one of the things that had actually been one of your bright spots since the summer started.
So this dude Fuentes is going to get some more opportunities here.
How are the Braves? Are they in full on?
As long as they're playing the Mets, they're fine.
That's true. The Mets can't beat the Braves. It's unreal. You know, I mean, the
Everything
Yankees
else
can't beat the Reds either. It's
Suck
tough.
it, Brandon.
At number 4, there's some controversy in golf as 2-time major champion Colin Morikawa is in the market for a new caddy again.
Oh, no.
After parting ways with Joe
Not a
Greiner
caddy.
ahead of this week's Rocket Classic in Detroit, KK Limhouse, a former teammate of Morikawa's at Cal
You could
Berkeley,
be making these names up, by the way.
Yeah,
Colin, I've heard of Morikawa.
Will carry his bag at Detroit Golf Club this weekend. Limhouse competes on the Korn Ferry Tour, and Morikawa split with J.J. Jakovac, the only caddy he had in his pro career to that point, in late April.
Now, I saw there was some dust-up between a couple of professional golfers this weekend.
About
like
what?
on course.
Dust-ups.
Yeah, like they were arguing with each other.
I'm for it.
I mean, I didn't see that part of it, but I am for it. I mean, Colin Morikawa, he just needs – maybe he should win – you know, he should win a tournament.
I
sooner
saw
rather than later.
Keegan Bradley is the Ryder Cup captain this year.
He's
third.
Yep.
And he won over the weekend. And, like, usually you pick the Ryder Cup captain, and that's just kind of a seasoned veteran. 39 is very young to be the Ryder Cup captain this year. But they're asking, like, are you going to use one of your captain's picks on yourself? And he was like, well, if I keep playing like this, yeah, probably. Like, he's like, I wasn't planning on it, but I wasn't planning on being as good as I am right now.
Yeah.
So,
he said when he got the captaincy, I believe it was sometime last year, in his first press conference, someone asked him about it, and he said he wasn't going to pick himself because he didn't think he was going to make the team.
Yeah.
And, they did the whole thing on Full Swing with him where they had a media thing where this is going to be a really good story with Keegan Bradley, the captain, a player's captain, a guy the players can rally around. Nowhere thinking he was going to be this good.
I think they said we haven't had a captain who played in it since, like, Arnold Palmer in 1962.
Yeah, and
something like that.
The controversy is, like, if he does play, he's probably going to have to get someone else to pick the lineups at the Ryder Cup, like Tiger Woods or someone like that.
Why? Just conflict of interest? Like,
yeah, I mean, you don't – it's not – it's kind of unheard of for a guy to be playing and also picking the groups that are going out that
But
day.
you said, like, Bill Russell was a player coach, Pete Rose was a player manager. Like, why is it different in golf?
Because, I mean, in golf,
so much more an individual
It's
sport.
an individual sport. In the U.S. team, it's very much a boys' club, and these guys like to go out with at the Ryder Cup in duos when they do individuals and matchups. And a guy who's playing in that might not be able to see the full picture like a guy who isn't playing in it and is able to ride around in the golf cart and check in on the guys the whole time.
And at number 5, a lifeguard was impaled by a beach umbrella in Asbury Park, New Jersey
Oh my
this
gosh.
morning, according to officials. It happened near 3rd Avenue around 9:30 a.m. It appears that a gust of wind knocked the victim off a lifeguard chair, causing her to fall onto the top of an umbrella pole.
Oh my
officials
God.
say.
She impaled herself.
Yes.
Wait, is she dead?
No. The umbrella went through the woman's upper left shoulder, said Asbury Park Fire Department Chief Kevin Ketty. The victim, believed to be about 19 or 20, was conscious and alert throughout the incident. Lifeguards provided first aid before the fire department and EMS arrived. Officials say the stake had to be cut down into smaller pieces. It was about 6 feet long and couldn't be removed, so they had to shorten it before the woman could be taken to the hospital.
This is my wheelhouse. See, were you aware of this? Yeah, they have to cut it. You never want to pull something out of a wound like that, Jason. I'm not sure if you're
Push
aware
it
of that.
through?
No. You cut it down to where you can get them on a gurney. You don't pull anything out. You let the doctors do that at the hospital. You pull something out, like if it's impaling her.
You yank out their heart muscle or something.
Well, no, it might have like critical, huge blood vessels pinched off.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pull it out, they'll bleed out like
Yeah.
that.
You said this
That's
is in
useful
Asbury
information.
Park?
Yes, in New Jersey.
It's a legendary
Yeah,
town.
small world. My roommate in
Springsteen's
college.
first album is
Asbury Park. A lot
Greetings from Asbury Park, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean-
Lot of huge, especially Jersey bands. That's kind of where they
Yeah. My
broke
roommate
out of.
from college was a lifeguard at Asbury Park all growing up. I'm trying to figure out if he knows this person, if he knows this girl, because that's crazy.
That's something different about like New York, Los Angeles, some of these bigger cities with beaches. The public lifeguard. Because I've never seen going to South Carolina, like small town South Carolina beaches. They don't really have them.
Rarely see it.
Like the full guard stand with the dude up there, and they're kind of Baywatched out. And
You're on your own. I have. I've talked about this before. It's gotten better here lately, but I have a weird thing about the wind at the beach, like an anxiety there. Like it's.
You don't love it?
It just makes me anxious when I see when it's really windy and they're blowing the.
I love it.
The umbrellas, and it happened to us this year. My brother, I told you, he's big into the shibumi, right? You know what that is, right?
Yeah. We've talked.
We
about
had that this year. They got this big orange inflatable tent thing that's like staked into the ground, and it's nice.
How firmly was it?
But
staked?
I didn't trust it, and sure enough, we're sitting under that thing one day, and it just
launched,
goes flying.
Did you chase it?
I mean, we went and got it under control, but after that, I didn't trust it. I was doing well with the wind anxiety.
I never knew you had. I knew you had the deep water.
Then
thing.
it came back. Yeah, man. Too much wind is just things start blowing, and it's just.
Oh, I love it. It's the best part.
When things go blowing, tumbling down the beach.
I like to walk down the beach with the wind howling. Yeah, you got to just head on a swivel.
I mean, I don't mind the wind in and of itself. It's just blowing things, projectiles, which kind of freaks me out. And then I saw a thing about bounce house deaths, and disasters.
Yeah.
Those are wild.
Those are terrifying.
Is that you got pretty good odds you're looking at a kid taking off in the air.
Yeah, I mean,
terrifying.
You catch them on video. There's videos out there.
I won't be watching it.
Bounce house disasters. Kids will go flying out of them and like dying, breaking limbs and stuff.
God, dying?
Yeah, the hell would I want to watch that for?
They're kids. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's any deaths caught on camera, but there's definitely. I mean, it'll.
That reminds me. Remember, there've been a couple people over the years of people that like get in the lawn chair. Dudes will have like 100 helium balloons, and they'll take off and not realize that they're just taking a slow ride to a dirt nap.
Well, they usually take a BB gun. You take a BB gun up there with you, and you shoot them as you want to come down.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Did you see the video of the hot air balloon disaster over the weekend?
Yes, I did. I'd never get in one of those things.
Like it had burned up the ropes or something, and this basket, it just fell from a couple hundred feet.
Somebody, like the basket was on fire, and then somebody had to make the choice. It was bad. It reminded me of 9/11. That one person.
Do you hold on and go? Let go? You gonna let go?
You gonna hold on and burn to death, or you gonna let go and just fall and it's over?
Well, it's not over. I mean, there is the fall. A couple of seconds of pure terror.
4 or 5.
By the way,
where you reach terminal velocity, apparently.
That lifeguard sat in the same chair my roommate sat in.
Dynamite drop in, new guy.
Wow, that's insane. Sorry, I'm just small world. Yeah, Noser.
Could have been your roommate.
Noser. Could have been him. It's wild.
Impaled through the shoulder.
Yeah, and apparently she's going to be fine.
I thought I had the worst fall.
Yeah, I bet that was incredibly.
I don't know.
It was gruesome.
What would you rather have? The pole go through your shoulder or the severe concussion?
Severe concussion.
You'd rather have that?
Hell yeah. Your brachial plexus is right there in your shoulder. I think it's anywhere near that thing, you're in. Be needing morphine for multiple days. You also run the risk of being like poor Inky, and your arm going dead forever.
Well, this has become a real uplifting segment. What
truly.
with the child death and Inky Johnson references. Let's take a quick time out. You're listening to The Drive, Fan Run Radio. The crew is back. It's 93 degrees outside. It's about that hot inside here, too. It is.
Yes,
it is steamy
Yeah.
in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios.
Smells like dude. That's one thing I did not miss was smelling dude every afternoon.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it was noticeably cooler in here the past
I
week.
guess so.
Without
Without
the two of us.
100,000 watt mega power that's sitting next to you.
Do what now?
What?
100,000 watts of power sitting next to you two guys.
A lot of hot air in here for sure.
There's a lot of hot air.
Stay with us. It's Fan Run Radio, 865-966-3435. You want to jump in, your phone call's coming up.
The Drive.
Good afternoon. Cranking it pretty good through downtown Knoxville. More volume as we check it out live here on I-40 at 17th Street. Some of this traffic getting onto Alcoa Highway as that picks up southbound back out towards the Blount County area. It's stop and go right now. Broadway through the Fountain City area. No shortage of radar on 75 up through Anderson County on into Campbell County. You're going to see a lot of radar over the next week or so as we get close to the 4th of July. Amco Transmission serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call Amco Transmissions in Knoxville. 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Your Smokies are back home this week, and you asked for it, so you got it. All You Can Eat Wednesdays is back. Pulled pork, hot dogs, Bush's baked beans, popcorn, chips, drinks, a ticket to the game. You get it all. Don't forget Thirsty Thursdays with half-off draft beers, and next weekend, we've got Medieval Night on Friday with Knights, Royals, and fireworks. Smokies Version Night and fireworks on Saturday with the first 2,000 fans receiving a free friendship bracelet. And come meet Flippy on Sunday. Grab your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where is the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Believe in family. Believe in your fellow man. Believe in honesty and an honest day's work. We do. We're Farm Bureau Insurance. And we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee's insurance company.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance for Tennesseans. Believe in me for all of your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Good afternoon. Sure hope you're having a great Wednesday. Halfway through the work week, and the heat continues to build. We're looking at a forecast high of 96 today with a heat index value pushing close to 105 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms will start to fire from here on out into the evening hours with locally heavy rainfall. We do have a risk for severe storms, so damaging wind and locally heavy rain being the main threat. And we'll do it again as we get into our Thursday. That's your latest forecast. For regular updates, check in with the East Tennessee Weather app or online at easttnweather.com. From the East Tennessee Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Mike Witcher for Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Back here on the drive, Fan Run Radio, Russell Smith, Bear, Jace Brown, Walker Smith hanging out with you. It's a Wednesday, hot Wednesday afternoon edition of the drive. We have had a lot going on here. Russ falls down, goes boom. Bear goes to L.A. Jace goes to the barber.
Yep.
It's my big takeaways of the day so far.
Walker, one of us, mispronouncing words. Last week,
how did he say that? There's not a consensus on that.
Like I don't even remember saying it.
He
or
says
when
he said it
or
correctly.
why
Jace doesn't remember that.
I'm not saying I said it correctly.
Yeah,
I very well
have
could
to
have
pull
messed it up.
the film on that.
Yeah, I'll need to go review the footage, go back and get better. I've mispronounced stuff in the past. It is what it is.
I'll give you another a revelation here, because it is ice cream season.
Truly.
Oh, yes.
Are y'all enjoying the ice cream like I am?
Absolutely. Like I've had a really bad habit of going to Andy's twice a week.
Really?
It's bad. Yeah.
What's your go-to there?
Really the Stone Cold, like their NASCAR driver special.
Concrete?
One. Yes.
That's
Is that pretty good?
It's delicious.
Have you had the brownie sundae there?
I have not.
Is it like the hot fudge cake milkshake?
It's elite.
Boys, I'll tell you now, we're talking about sweet treats, not ice cream, but I ate what could be the most mind-bendingly good banana pudding I've ever had in my life.
In California?
It's this place at the Magnolia Bakery. Banana pudding. It was damn near orgasmic. It was so good.
The thing I've discovered in our house, and this is bad because these things are a little pricey as far as ice cream goes, but you guys are aware of Tillamook, right?
Yes.
Tillamook.
Dutch chocolate. It's the best.
Have you guys had their ice cream sandwiches?
No.
They've hit the local Knoxville grocery store shelves.
It's only at Publix. It's the only place I've been able to find them. They're not at Kroger.
Where's the closest Publix?
Turkey Creek.
Turkey Creek. Yeah.
But they've got 3 flavors. They're all good. But the salted caramel.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Dude, like they only come in boxes of 4.
Right.
And I think at Publix you get like 2 boxes for $10. But I'm telling you right now, I could take down, cause they're not that big. They're circular, and they
how many calories those bad boys packing in one?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I have to ask myself that before I go, because I will eat 4.
I did put on over 5 pounds. I was a little under 200 before I left for the beach.
Came back at 205
when I came back. Oh yeah,
so you ate good.
Yeah, and I'm already back down. But it was it was just nonstop eating, just nonstop. But those Tillamook
salted caramel ice cream sandwiches.
You find them, Walker?
Yeah, I'm looking at
them.
They look really good.
The boxes of 4, I could take down the entire box, no problem. And so that's become like an issue at my house because my wife really likes them too. And I have to, like, it takes a lot of self-control because I can't eat one.
No.
Like, that's not an option. So
no.
we've been spending a small fortune on those bad boys.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Calories aren't bad at all. 220,
per
210
per
one
sandwich.
per each sandwich.
Okay, so it's
a
like
lot of carbs.
500 calories per if you eat 2.
Yeah. No. Here's where they get you. It's almost 50% of your recommended daily sugar intake.
Yes, it's a lot of sugar for sure.
You know, it was about this trip where I finally, this might not surprise you, I didn't really like salted caramel stuff until I tried a couple different things past couple of weeks.
You've been missing out.
It's never been how like you can do too much of it.
The name kind of is off-putting to me.
Salted
caramel.
Caramel?
No, the salted part. I've never been a big fan of like kettle corn, like sweet and salty stuff. Like
really,
like I like eating sweets and salty stuff.
Uh-oh.
But when you mix them together, it's just kind of off-putting sometimes.
Salty treats belong on the list.
No,
salty and sweet. He said that he has come around
like
on
stuff that's like salty and sweet within the same.
So you don't like a chocolate-covered pretzel. You don't like those?
No, but I will if you pull out a bag of like chocolate drizzled popcorn, I will eat most of it whether you like it or not.
What about a drumstick? You know, the cone with the ice cream and then the chocolate and nuts on top.
Oh, it's delicious. Yeah. Great. Got the ribbon of caramel going up through the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, those are good.
I mean, the best place in Knoxville to get like salted caramel or salted chocolate is
you have my attention.
The coffee and chocolate like it's literally called Coffee and Chocolate.
Oh, down Market Square?
Yeah.
Coffee and chocolate?
It's just called Coffee and Chocolate.
I don't want to have to sell a kidney to get some chocolate.
I'm just saying.
What, like a cone?
No, they're like little
it's
just chocolates.
It's kind of like a big city chocolate shop.
Yeah.
Like you'd see in New York or Chicago. It's the real deal.
It is the real deal.
Have you ever tried those chocolate covered espresso beans?
Oh yeah.
They'll make your skin feel
those things
electric.
So good.
So
well
jacked up.
We have we've made it 2.5 hours in.
We're completely driving it off into the ditch.
And I don't know if it's in the ditch. I mean, it's late June. What do you want from me? We have not really talked about the fact that LSU won the national championship, and they won our championship.
I think
they stole our title.
I think there's, to me, an asterisk next to this one for what went on with Angel Campos and that garbage crew, which included the guy who threw out both Gilbert and crazy-ass Frank.
I don't think they were a great team. They were a fine team. They were a very good team. I don't think they were a great team. I don't think they were the best team in college baseball. I think that they were the beneficiaries of Arkansasing all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Just blowing a game. And then, I mean, they got to play Coastal Carolina, which, like, terrific program. Like, we should all, hats off to Coastal for being there. But we had to go through Texas A&M last year. Another SEC
like the number
team.
2 team in the country.
Yeah,
like it was 1 versus 2.
Loaded.
3 potential future Major League Baseball players on that A&M team. Ran into an Aggie in L.A. wearing my Tennessee baseball shirt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tough.
Hey.
Hang with him.
Too soon for those people.
I'm sure.
Those wounds are still too fresh.
I'm sure.
The elevator door opened, and I walked in. This guy was just staring at me. I was just staring. I was like, what's this guy's deal? He's like, I'm an Aggie fan. I was like, ooh.
That's tough.
Tough look.
Tough look. I'll tell you what, when it comes to the SEC teams going into the tournament this year, you're right. Like, where would you rank LSU in terms of teams going into this postseason? They were behind Vandy. They were probably behind Texas. They were behind Arkansas. I don't know if you'd say they were behind us in terms of talent, but I feel like when you picked it out,
fourth.
fourth or fifth
behind those teams. And I don't know. I was never. I know they won the tournament, all that stuff, but I think Vanderbilt was a bit of a fraud. They got hot. Anybody can get hot down there in Hoover. I never thought they were. They're a good team, man. It's not. I'm not just crapping all over Vandy, but I think LSU is better than them. I think Arkansas is the best team in the league this year. Texas. And who am I forgetting?
Ole Miss?
No, you mentioned them earlier.
Auburn? No.
I just think LSU they were a solid top 10 team that kind of lucked into a national championship, which, hey, hats off.
Yeah, man. It's baseball.
But, I mean, it does suck because they've got that's a one. I mean, we can sit here and rationalize it and talk about asterisks in Coastal Carolina. They won a national championship. They've won 2 in the last 3 years. And Jay Johnson has 2, and Tony's only got 1.
Yeah, it's actually, like, we broke it down a little bit on Monday and Tuesday about how we've been to a super regional and won a national championship. We have 1 championship and a super regional from 2020 on, whereas LSU, they have 2 national championships, but they also have, like, a loss in the regional round there, and I've only been to Omaha twice in the past 5 years and won it both times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know we got
to
do. We got to.
If you're ring counting,
we got to get back.
They got it above.
We got to get back. And we were talking about the Cape Cod League and all our players that are up there now, and then Henry Ford and Garrett Wright and what their impact is going to be. And you do have to get that mix, and because I found myself rethinking what I said earlier, and I'm going to blame the concussion on a lot of this for a while, probably. Any mistake I made, it's a good. But like I said last hour, it feels like the transfers are more important. Like that because than the freshmen. But probably the thing is, like, what we won last year on SEMO, Burke, Dreiling, Beam, guys that were in our program that developed it by their junior years into something that they weren't as freshmen, and maybe that's the more important piece. And maybe we're setting up, man, because we got a lot of freshmen that are in Cape Cod right now. Maybe we're setting up for 2026 or 2027, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this last class was such a good recruiting class by Vitello, and he's bringing in a lot of talent as freshmen into this next year too. But maybe we are thinking about it in the wrong way, or it's not the people you get out of the portal, it's the people that you keep from going into the portal.
Well, I'm like 2027, and I don't know, maybe we have a couple of guys that are going to be draft eligible sophomores that won't make it that far. But if we did, we're going to have juniors in 2027 that are Levi Clark, Jay Abernathy, Chris Newstrom,
Marin,
Tegan Coons, Manny Marin, Grimmer. Like that should be like a bunch of dudes.
Is Krenzel going to be a junior?
Krenzel.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, these are all guys that, Vitello's a developmental coach. And if you can keep guys from going into the portal and develop them, that's more valuable than getting a ready-to-play-now guy in the transfer portal. You're probably right with that.
Doesn't mean we can't be very good. I fully expect to be very good next year and to compete for championships and everything, but I am wondering if 2027 is like the year that we really have a squad again.
Yeah, which, if you project it and guys don't get drafted, with this draft class, it's probably when it's going to be the best. And from that point on, as long as Tony keeps having the track record of keeping the freshmen he gets on campus here, it's going to be like that every year, because it feels like this recruiting class of freshmen is that kind of first wave of number one recruiting class in the country that Vitello's been getting in like a big bulk amount of prospects that are going to go to the MLB, and all of these guys that he's convincing to stay and wait their turn.
I was kind of bummed to see the kid from Bearden, Brooks Wright,
jump
in, but I guess he's kind of buried on that depth chart.
Yeah, and also they got to cut the depth chart down with the new roster restrictions in baseball. It's tough for some of those guys.
Is that what they're – we'll have Tony's going to join us tomorrow. About this time, Tony Vitello on the drive tomorrow, so we can ask him about some of it. But yeah, that's got to be so different.
Have we
for
talked
these
to him
guys?
Since the season ended?
And it's just everybody else is going through it, so we don't have to worry about. It's not like we're dealing with something that Jay Johnson isn't dealing with, but like you didn't have. It feels like we're running guys off basically to get to that 34 number. And you didn't have to do that in years past.
Well, I guess, I don't know if Tony's telling them or if these guys can read the room about, Tony's always loved having a lot of guys on the roster, especially in fall ball, to go through camp and see if any of these guys can take a spot. But these guys can read the tea leaves and say, this group in front of us, we might not be able to get in front of them and play, especially if they're going to be here for 3 years. So they all want to get paid to go, and they all want to play. So they gotta take what they can and have to leave a really good program just to go find playing time, which is a tough fact. When you're a program as good as Tennessee, you're going to lose guys that are in that second tier that are still really good but just can't play above the A-plus prospects that Tony gets.
It's we go through the Alabama, the top programs that just basically can – everybody pretty much they offer are going to say yes. It's just part of that, just recruiting at this level and guys wanting playing time. You see it happen here in basketball some as well.
Especially in football. Like the number twos on big football teams have been getting rated for the past 2 years because all those guys want to play, so they go to smaller schools to get playing time.
That's what's going to really hurt teams when they get in the playoffs. And you saw it happen to Georgia this year. Nothing against the Stockton kid, but he wasn't ready for that moment.
Yeah, saw it happen to Penn State. Their backup quarterback left in the middle of the playoff.
So do you think these guys, and I won't hold you all to this, we're all just speculating here, but do you think the dudes from Bowling Green, are we expecting them to – what are the expectations there?
The kid from Bowling Green?
Yeah, the catcher who hit 400 and – did we get a
expect
picture from there too?
Yeah, we got a two-way play.
I'll be happy with the catcher if he's number one, a good defensive catcher and can help put it on lockdown as far as people, stealing bases on us. But also, he's hitting 400 at Bowling Green. I feel like right around 300 would be pretty good in this league with the kind of pitching he's going to see down here. Is that too high of an expectation? Expect somebody to come in and hit 300? In the SEC right now?
Yeah, no, I don't think so because hitting 300 in the SEC, it's not like hitting 300 in Major League Baseball anymore. Like that's kind of an accomplishment.
Yeah,
now.
It's an anomaly.
Yeah, and no, man.
Should it be higher? Should it be 350?
No, I think 300 is good. I think
if you're hitting 300 in the SEC, that you're doing a pretty solid hitter.
Yeah,
because we had guys that were hitting 300 this year that it didn't feel like they were hitting 300 at times. Like Hunter Ensley hit, I want to say 325-ish for
I'd
the
love
season.
to go down the list and see wherever we ought to do that here during the summer. See where everybody ended up numbers wise. Because you're right.
But you got to split those numbers up oftentimes, and UTSports.com will let you do it between SEC games and all the games.
And we aren't going to pad stat with the midweekers. Not the little sisters of the poor. I don't feel like those should count.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these guys we've gotten out of the portal, kind of supplemental pitchers. Like, we haven't gotten that ace pitcher out of the portal yet, I don't think. But the two guys that we would expect to come in and start are the Bowling Green kid, Garrett Wright, and Henry Ford if he stays. Those kind of feel like the only two guys that I would expect big numbers from.
All right, coming up, we'll find out who's on the docket. Time for a phone call or two as well. If you want to jump in here, go ahead and take a shot. 865-966-3435. If you want to chime in, 966-3435. Back to wrap things up right after this.
The Drive.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
We make it easy to save money. Get access to thousands of discounts on shopping, dining, and travel with the C&B Plus Perks account. It's a powerful new way to save money with roadside assistance, cell phone protection, identity theft protection, and credit monitoring. Banking at C&B has its perks. Call or stop by a branch for more details.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Good afternoon. KPD on the scene of a couple of wrecks out here as it gets heavier on 75 passing Merchants trying to get north of the city on 75 traveling up to Anderson and Campbell County, Alcoa Highway southbound. Pretty busy now, right on schedule as you head on into Blount County. Short stopping of delays. Certain sections of Rutledge Pike there going outbound right when you come off the interstate. Fountain City Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend is coming up this weekend. Call for an appointment or go by and see Mark Enix at Fountain City Jewelers right next to Litton's. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Wednesday afternoon, getting ready for the slate headed your way next on many of these Fan Run affiliates. Spain's High Court today upheld a verdict that found former Football Federation President Luis Rubiales guilty of sexual assault for the infamous unsolicited kiss on the lips of national team player Jenny Hermoso at the 2023 World Cup in Sydney.
I'd forgotten all about that masher.
He planted a smacker right on her lips.
Dirty old man.
Mwah. He's not that old. He's like my. I mean,
how old is
he's
he?
my age. I don't know. I'm looking at a picture of him here. He looks like a middle-aged adult male.
He's substantially older than that young lady who he has no relation with.
Court rejected multiple appeals against the conviction, reaffirming Rubiales kissed Hermoso without her consent during the medal ceremony after Spain's women had won the trophy. He's fined 10,000 euros, about $11,500, and acquitted of coercion charges alongside 3 co-defendants. Prosecutors had sought a 2.5-year prison sentence, called for a retrial, both of which were dismissed. So he's wanting to – the prosecution's not happy, the defendant's not happy, nobody's happy. The outcome here. What do you think? 2.5 years in prison for an unsolicited kiss? A little –
I mean, it should be substantial, I think. Definitely above a year.
You think go to prison a year for kissing somebody on the mouth, unsolicited?
I don't know. I think they're just trying to make an example of it because it was such a high-profile spot.
Well, I'm just asking about the principle here. If I'm freaking Don Draper over here, y'all let me know.
No, I'm in 100% agreement. I think that the woke folk in the room probably thinks this guy deserves to be burned at the stake. Starting with you,
huh?
Old new guy over there.
Woke folk.
A year in prison. I don't know, man.
It's a little
year
much.
Might be substantial.
2.5 years?
Well, it's like I think we all agree that rape you go to prison for.
You go to jail for life for that.
He just kissed her on the mouth. I'm not excusing it.
The guy's a cad. He's rude and it was wrong and it was criminal.
If he had grabbed her and pulled her in, that raises it. If he grabs her behind, maybe cops a feel. Then you're getting into
dude, forcible contact.
It's like, dude, what are you doing? That and it's
Europe. I mean, I thought those people kiss each other
all the
time.
That's a good point.
Over there.
Yeah. That's a good point. There's a different level of intimacy.
I know it's on the cheek and not on the mouth, but I can't even remember. Did he kiss? He kissed her on the lips, right?
Yes, directly on the lips. Which?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a year
prison
would be
time?
enough. Yeah,
a year. Jace, jump in here, buddy. I feel like we're a couple of old guys right now talking about how it was back in my day. You just go around and kiss whoever you wanted.
Yeah, but when we were kids, it was back when Sean Connery was just need a good
planting
slap.
Just a slap.
I think if she's not reaching out for it, then it's a little. It's a little creepy.
She's not reaching out for
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
I just want to turn it. Let's make
So
out.
what was he charged
No.
with? Forcible sexual contact? What was the original charge?
They were
he didn't get charged with
coercion
kissing.
charges. Unsolicited kiss on the lips. Sexual assault is. Sexual assault is a little heavy.
I think it's a little bit extreme, but in the day of age of my big thing on it is I would, in post-pandemic Earth, I'm not I really don't want some rando just kissing on me.
No, I get it. Again, not excusing what he did. We got to
2.5 years
he's
seems
gotta
a
be
bit
better.
stiff. There's a lot of people doing a lot of bad stuff that deserve more time than this guy's getting for, wildly inappropriate, way over the line. And I am admitting criminal behavior. But when there are people that actually kill people and only get 7 years.
Yeah.
And this guy just went for the gusto
It
with some young
seems like
soccer player.
the scale is out of whack here.
Yeah, there's a lot
somewhere.
of things out of whack right now.
I think they're just they're making an example out of it because it's such a public thing.
That's
if it wasn't such a public thing, it probably wouldn't be years.
We bring back the stocks.
This would be a perfect thing
perfect.
for it.
You put the guy in the stocks in town square.
Went pervy on poor soccer
24
player.
hours. You can't throw things at him.
Oh, come on,
We're just
man.
no, man. We're not medieval here.
Rotten
We're
Tomatoes, at least.
The public humiliation and embarrassment of look at this idiot, just having to spend an entire day, 24 hours. He's thirsty. He's miserable. He's a moron. Just look at him, and then
lecherous.
Yeah, and then and that's gonna be a deterrent. Like people aren't gonna do that anymore.
What about caning?
No.
Stoning?
No, that'll kill people.
Pound of fluid. Oh, stoning is to caning, though. We're going to split their
That's what I'm
skin
saying.
open and subject them to horrible physical injury for kissing somebody.
Well,
No,
not
get
for
out.
that. No, I'm talking about caning. You know who I'm in favor of caning for? These mobs that run into stores and just
yeah,
just rob, just carry stuff. Cane them.
It
You
seems
can't
like
have that
we
in
just
civil
start
society.
charging them for shoplifting again, which seems to have been an issue. But elsewhere, the social media influencer Brian Johnson, better known to millions of his followers as the Liver King, has been arrested yesterday at Austin's Four Seasons Hotel in Texas after making threats against podcast host Joe Rogan on social media.
Really?
Yeah.
Liver King said, "I'm coming down there, Joe Rogan. I'm going to come down there and find you, whoop your ass."
He goes on an ass-kicking mission in style. The Four Seasons.
Yep. Austin Police Department took Johnson into custody around 6 p.m. after he posted a video challenging Rogan to a fight. Johnson declared in the Instagram video posted Monday, quote, "Man to man, I'm picking a fight with you." Despite having no martial arts training, Johnson challenged Rogan, who is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, saying he would fight, quote, "whenever you're ready."
I think that'd be a bad idea. Joe Rogan's he's one of those. I've seen him kick before.
He's a bad man.
He
Yeah,
could
he
break
knows-
he could break your leg.
He's a all he cares about is his podcast
His
and martial
fighting.
arts. That's the only sport
Fighting
he watches.
and aliens. That's what Joe Rogan is into.
His podcasts and martial arts. It's the only sport entertainment he watches.
I'm still stuck on the fact some dude that eats raw meat on Twitter can make enough money to afford to stay at the Four Seasons Hotel in Austin.
I don't quite understand that.
I mean, that's not cheap. It's got to be about $1,000 a night hotel.
Video posted to Johnson's Instagram account shows the moments before his arrest. He's seen pacing the room, discussing his impending prison time and a fight with Rogan. An officer is seen patting him down while he's handcuffed. Johnson is then taken to a police car. So that escalated quickly. If you don't know who the Liver King is, he's 47. He's built his brand around what he calls, quote, an ancestral lifestyle, claiming his impressive muscles and physique came from following 9 special tenets and eating raw meat.
It's absolutely insane.
Does he really do this? He really eats the raw
I
meat?
thought that he'd been kind of exposed as being kind of a charlatan.
Well, he used steroids is
Yes,
what I
he
think
did.
the big thing was. He got caught for steroids.
Yeah, I mean, that would be, I'm guessing that your big ripped muscles at 47 had more to do with the Diana ball than it did with eating the raw meat.
Yes.
I mean, call me crazy.
Medical experts have long criticized Johnson's practices. Dr. Harrison Pope, a Harvard Medical School psychiatry professor, warned about the dangers of extreme body image issues and steroid use in 2023, saying that this guy is bad news. Doctors have also spoken out against Johnson's promotion of raw meat consumption, citing serious risks of bacterial infection.
Oh, it's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. The guy is he does more he doesn't I don't think he'd taken a shower in years. He walks it's like he looks disgusting.
I'll throw that steak on the grill, bro.
Seriously. Season it a little bit.
I mean, that stuff's horrible for you.
Yeah.
Not bathing.
That too.
Terrible for you.
How often should you bathe?
I don't know what I think it's like your hair once a week, your body. I don't know. I mean, I usually bathe every day, but you don't have to do that. But you can't just not bathe. So that's a good way to get like staph infections and sepsis. I read a really gross article on it on
that was a problem with my high school football team was staph
Mm.
infections. I never did. I had a couple teammates that did. They were.
Well, that was the infamous Derek Dooley rant about
he was
shower
right.
discipline.
Maybe he was right.
Application of soap to rags.
Well, that was the other thing that with Shiano Man is that, you know, they kept telling him that staph was running wild in the Buccaneers locker room. It cost whoever the Buccaneers like all pro level kicker was, that guy got a staph infection in his leg. Almost had to have his leg cut off, and I think it pretty much ruined his career. But old man of virtue, who all the blue check marks love, Greg Schiano, he didn't give a damn.
What does that come from? Just dudes not washing properly in the shower? You're just
Pretty
out
much.
playing football.
Yeah.
You're
And
dirty.
Our coaches were not very good at cleaning our stuff. Like we'd have like laundry rings that we would like put our practice stuff on. They would go days without washing them sometimes, you know?
That stuff gets in the carpet. I mean, it
gets in your shoulder pads, your helmet,
so
everything.
you're wearing like the same shorts and jock strap and stuff for like days at a
couple
time.
days.
Oh my
yeah.
god,
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
And once
Why
it gets
don't
in
you
a
have managers.
We did,
Student
but they were like
managers.
middle schoolers, and they also
didn't do
had
the laundry?
They also had summer football practice and stuff. Like it'd just be younger. Like
why didn't
grade.
you just like assign it to the freshmen on the teams? Like, hey, like we have to have our uniforms clean.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
You can make freshmen wash.
you can't practice. You
It's a
can't
very
make
fine
freshmen
line.
do that.
You can't. You got to be really careful these days.
Team mom, parent, like somebody, like if people don't realize they don't want their children getting staph infections. Like the least we can do is wash the uniforms. That's insane. What are you guys doing over there?
Well, yeah, it's crazy because in every locker room I've ever been in, back in the old days, there was like a gigantic washing machine and a gigantic gas dryer. And the coaches, they'd roll it over there, dump it in that big washing machine, throw in this.
See, it wasn't a problem when we had like a coaching change for my senior year. Not a problem. We were washing stuff every single day. Not a problem. But
How
the
hard
3
is
years
it?
before, not.
It's not. The
coaching
problem is
staff
the worst part. Once staff gets in the locker room, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
So much skin to skin contact.
Ugh.
Practice field and then the locker room, you're bumping into people. It's all on the floor.
Locker rooms are horrible places.
Oh, yeah.
People get to see, like, you go on a tour of a major league ballpark or stadium or something, you see, like, these pristine, even the college locker rooms. You're like, oh, man, that looks so good. That's like the upper 1% of sports locker rooms. Most of them are at high schools and middle schools.
You got a wooden locker.
They
wooden
stink.
stall.
They smell like pee and BO.
It's disgusting.
Dude.
Just disgusting. Just horrible places.
Yeah.
Now, I will say the absolute worst smelling locker room you can ever go into is a hockey locker room.
No, I know.
The pads.
They were scraping the bottom of the barrel a couple of years ago, and I got to drop the puck at an Ice Bears game.
Yeah.
And so we're standing down there in the tunnel waiting for the game to start, and all of a sudden this funk came barreling down the hallway, about knocked me to my knees. I'm like, and I'm talking to like with the guy next to me who's like the Ice Bears rep or whatever, and I'm like, what is that? And he's like, oh, that's just the locker room, man.
Were you doing the Jim Carrey, the gagging?
It was awful. And it was like 100 feet away.
Jesus.
It just comes barreling down these hockey dudes coming out of their stank-ass locker room.
It's very similar to the football locker room.
Yeah.
The shoulder pad.
Stay with us. We got the slate headed your way next for Bear and Jason Walker. I'm Russell Smith. We'll do it again tomorrow here on Fan Run Radio.